BVO, what's going on, bro? Y'all
Yo,
good?
what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing, man. The Kappa regime of boxing, aka man. Some call me man. Some call me the Asiatic black man sent by God himself. I got my brother Prize probably in the house, aka Richie Rich, and of course I got my man, the Grumpy OG himself, Crush. He about to cover some fights for y'all. We on tonight. Who y'all got
Yeah.
winning? I got Tim Zoo losing.
Losing?
What?
Yeah.
You got Tszyu. Explain to us, BVO, why everybody's coming in. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Y'all let us know
Yes.
also who you got winning. But BVO, explain to us why you got him losing tonight.
That's
This,
crazy.
this Russian dude been beating people to death. I'm talking about just smashing folks, man. I'm talking about he beat the chocolate out the last black dude he fought. I mean, he's a monster, man. He need a muzzle on him. And I think that
See,
unfortunately he took a very tough fight, just like his dad Costas doing. He gonna get his head kicked tonight.
No, I don't think that I think the fight, all right, he was winning that fight against Fundora to me. But I think when he got that cut and all that blood, I think that affected the fight. But I'm not
yeah,
taking nothing away from Fundora. It was a good fight. I want to see them run that back, actually. I know they
yeah.
got Earl in there, and I know they got all that stuff going on, but the fight to make for me is Fundora and Zoo. Zoo is not really, he's
Shut
cool.
up, knockout.
I
Oh,
like him. He cool,
hey,
but
let me say this real quick. Knockout. You know me, I'm the can man. I see you there. I hit me, I hit you behind the scenes. I see you there, man. Don't call me out because you know I'll show up.
oh, what happened? Wait, knockout? What happened? What happened?
Nah, they gonna debate. Nothing crazy,
Oh,
you know,
oh,
you know.
shout out knockout.
Yeah, that's my guy, knockout. I gotta get over there with him one day, man. Yeah.
Knockout
Despite
like that
about the
debate.
time.
But you know what though, knockout? I rock with you though. BVO, he not, BVO go hard on the debating though. That's gonna be a good one. He laughing.
Hey,
I like it.
we'll see, man.
We
We'll
gonna
see.
see.
Hey, we known for knocking country boys out in Cleveland. That's what we do in Cleveland. We knock country boys out. Sleep, snoring.
It's
But I'm
good
telling you,
with you knocked out, man.
When y'all debating, bro?
I'm gonna hit him up. We're gonna figure something out. We're gonna figure something out.
Yeah,
Cause,
he
'cause-
got he got time for that. I know knockout's known for having time for that ish. But BVO, he always come to rumble. I know that for sure.
hey, all I know is this, man. Bernardo will be in the building, ready to go. Because you know
Oh,
what's the
he
thing?
said, but
The
Nando
thing
gonna
about
be in the
knockout, man.
building.
You got to remember, you're going against Kareem Akbar, the sophisticated brother from the bank. I'm gonna get you, brother. I'm gonna
Hey,
get you.
hey, 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 knockout. You don't gotta Crush don't gotta tell me nothing. I know who you are, dog.
That's my
Crush don't
guy
gotta
right there,
OG
man.
Crush don't gotta tell me nothing, dog. I know who knockout 86 boxing is. I know who you are.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's
I
my guy right
subscribe to
there.
I'm subscribed to your channel, dog. Ain't no, it's all love over here. But a BVO boxing, it's different. So I know you're gonna come prepared. He gonna definitely come prepared, and we're gonna see what happens. May the best
Hey,
man win.
man. Hey, listen, I must say this. Somebody fitting to get their ass beat. Somebody gonna get done dirty. That's all I got to say, man.
What who y'all
I
what
mean,
y'all
the first round.
debating? Who y'all debating?
That's why I said we got to get together and figure something out. We're gonna get together and figure something out. But I'm gonna be able to get his actual factions. We're gonna put something together.
Hey, man.
Well,
He
well,
messing with
he
some serious
likes
over there with
well,
KO.
knockout likes Tank. So won't you, do Tank and you do like a Hall of Famer or something.
I don't know who that is. Are you talking about Abdul Wahid?
Yeah, dude, that I'm calling
Yeah,
him
yeah.
Tank.
Talk about
I'm
my
calling
man
him by his
Abdul
nickname.
Wahid.
I'm calling him
Okay,
by his boxing
I
nickname.
don't know any. I know who Abdul Wahid is. I never heard of Tank.
I'm calling him by his boxing nickname, Tank.
Yeah, well, I don't know who you talking about then.
Who's another other great lightweight at
Well,
I mean,
135? Sugar Shane.
we gonna figure something out. Let's get to this fight. We're gonna figure something out.
Sugar
uh
Shane would be a
oh.
good 135.
We're in the first round of this fight, right? And it's off to a sloppy start, to be honest, because they both going for the fences. This gonna be an exciting. This gonna be an interesting fight. I'm gonna say that. They both going for the juggler. They trying to take each other head off. So I like to see around the third round when they a little more neater and they into their rhythm. Nice shot by Tszyu. Woo, but you gotta stick a move, baby. Don't stand in front of that boy. Don't stand in front of that Russian like that. You got to stick a move. Got to stick a move. Oh, nice overhand by Bachman.
That dude can fight, man. He can fight.
BBO, you said you got Tszyu losing, yeah?
I got him losing.
That's crazy.
Well, I see the Russian dude fight a couple times. He can fight, bro.
Nah, I ain't saying he can't.
He can fight, bro. This ain't no Rudy Poo fight like my man Brian Norman.
Oh, nice, woo. Nice one by Tszyu, but Bachman could take the punch, man. He can take a punch.
Yeah, he got a chin on him, Crush. I think all he do is eat wild meat and all that, bro. He ain't nothing to play with.
Right now, neither one of these guys are technical. They just throwing punches and they throwing punches. They landed. So we're in a
And you know
fight
what?
right
Hey,
now.
shout out, man. Shout out to Chop Corley. We did an interview with my man Puerto Rican Tommy, aka the Man of God. I let Chop Corley know, hey, we love you over here at BBO Boxing, and man,
Yeah.
congratulations on your fight with he fight to do Michael Jr. something. My bad. He was the guy that supposed to fight Adrian Bronner, and when Roy pulled him out.
Who, that young boy?
Yeah, Michael somebody Jr.
Yeah, he was a young boy that got an opportunity at AB.
Yeah, I cannot think of his last name.
Yeah, but I know you're talking about he was a young boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chop beat him?
No, Chop's fighting him in a couple of days.
Oh, all right. Dang. I'm glad that the young boy got an opportunity, and I'm glad Chop giving it to him.
Yeah,
I like
Chop
Chop.
got
Chop
47.
Chop a thorough dude, man.
Yeah, he
Chop
always
Chop
come.
throwing
He
down,
always
man.
came to Rumble, man. Win, lose, draw.
Yeah.
I ain't care. I just like to see because I like fighters like Chop Corley and
Chop Chop got hands, man.
I
Chop Chop
like
got hands.
fighters like Emmanuel Augustus and I like fighters like from Philly, Jamel Black Gold Wilson that are going there and get knocked out trying to rumble, man. Just
Yeah.
I like cats like B Hop and I don't know, man. That's just me, bro. I like them. I like the way them niggas rumble, man. They be rumbling. They come to rumble. You know what I mean?
Also, too, man, I want to thank you two for stop shadow banning us. Thank you so much, you two.
Yeah, we don't even do. We ain't even that type of guys, bro.
So we're gonna watch cussing. We're gonna do what we supposed to do,
I don't
man.
be cussing. You know what I mean?
Hold on, somebody got that audio off. Hit that audio off, please.
That ain't
Hold on,
me.
hold on. Hold
Y'all,
on.
you
That's
too,
my bad.
man. Y'all be playing crazy stuff, man. You know, there's some rap music and some songs out there that just be saying crazy stuff. But we say one cuss word. Y'all want to just, come on now, be fair.
We're gonna follow the
Oh,
rules.
he dropped him. Zoo goes down on his
Oh,
ass back. Hope he got insurance. He gets right back up. He had a lot of air in his ass back. He's right back up. Let's see what happens.
oh
Tim
my
Zoo goes on his
goodness.
ass back in the second
Told you,
round.
Tim
Here
Zoo
we
about to
go.
get beat
Oh,
up.
BBO
he's
is
trying to go
you
for the
might be
jump.
on to something, BBO.
No, I told you, Tim Zoo's about to get beat to death, dude. This dude
Oh
can
my God.
he
Hold
about to
up,
break.
BBO. You got a traditional way of saying it. You got to say your thing. You got to say it right, BBO. So you got to go back and say it the right way, like you normally say. He's gonna get beat to death. And right now he's getting beat to death. You know what I'm saying? Like brother BBO said,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Oh my
to death.
goodness. Oh
I
my goodness. Ladies and
this Russian
gentlemen.
can fight.
Yeah. I seen him fight before, man. Yeah, he's rough
And
and
BBO,
rugged.
you said that a couple times, and you said it a
He gonna
couple
still
times.
tell. Oh God again. He goes on his ass
I
back again.
told
He's
you, bro. He
looking
about
on
to
Oh my
stage.
stop him, man. He
God.
not
Oh
nothing to
my
play with,
goodness,
dude.
ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Tim Zoos down for the second time in the second round with 112 left on the clock. Here we go.
I told you, Tim Zoo about to get
Oh,
smashed.
Oh my
oh,
goodness, boy. He
oh.
a
He might
fraud.
go down again. We got a minute and 3 seconds left in this round, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Zoos getting knocked around like a hockey puck. Oh my
Uh-oh.
goodness. Woo! Now, Bachman slows down a little bit and really time these joints. He can get him out of there. But right now, it's looking crazy. But Tim ain't no joke. He said, man, I'm fighting back. Oh, he caught him. Oh, caught him again. Hey, he might be trying to tire you out. Oh my God, nice overhand from the land upstairs. Oh, another overhand. Then Tim Zoo hits him back with a right. Oh, with a right uppercut. Tim Zoo. You're on blood. On background. Background coming again, Tim Zoo. Oh, they hit each other. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for me. Oh, Tim Zoo dancing again. Oh, he got caught with it up. He's holding on. He's holding on. He's on the ropes. He's on the ropes. He got 11 seconds, 10 seconds left. Oh, he caught Tim Zoo. Oh, Tim looking like he looking like oh, he looking like Zab Judah right now. Don't get up and do the bunny hop. Oh my God, I think this fight is over. Woo wee! Look, his eyes as wide as a grand opening. Woo wee! Open up your eyes. There's some surprise. He made it to the
goodness.
Okay.
I told you. Tim Zoo didn't have a chance.
He made it. He survived to the bottom of the last second of the round, and he actually got the last punch in, but not the best punch. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, over here at the land,
did you bet on that guy?
Yeah, I got 100. I got 100 on him.
You put 700.
Good pick, man.
700.
Yeah, I got 700 on this dude tonight.
Oh my goodness, you about to come up like 700.
Oh my gosh, coming up like 7-Up, making bubble like champagne, baby. Ooh, a lot of people is picking.
Because you've been saying that for a little minute too, BBO. You were saying it behind the scenes. I don't know if you said it on the channel, but I know
you. Oh, but you know, a lot of people is picking Tim Zoo to win by decision. Well,
Bentley, you got Zoo too?
Hey, my man Billy, I told you, Billy, Zoo about to go to bed. He
said Bentley said he got Zoo.
Yeah, you gotta stop. You gotta stop beating all that doggone Mufungo, dog.
Somebody better get Zoo. Somebody better catch him. The next time you go on his ass back. Oh, okay. I don't think this fight gonna go any further. The doctor's in the ring. He's whispering to him, checking him out. Doc looking like Method Man a little bit from Up Power. You see what I'm saying? Checking him out real quick. All right, giving him a little, checking his eyes and all that. Let me see what's going on. Making him step to the right, making him step to his left. Okay, he's good to go. He got enough equilibrium, but he's going to be gone before this round is out, I guarantee. Back to the fight. Ding, ding. Here we go. We're in the top of the third round, and Bachman is coming forward, and Tim Zoo is backing up with the high guard. You better keep that guard up. Bachman punch and do it. According with his joint. Every punch that you hit Tim Zoo with, he hurts him. Oh, Tim got a little bit of power too. So Bachman got to be a little more neat because he can't get clipped trying to clip Tim Zoo. You got to be a little more tactical and neat. But anyway, it's a fight. He's not
tactical at all. He's not tactical at all, Chris. This dude comes forward.
He walks straight to you.
And see, the reason why Tim Zoo was getting caught, because Tim Zoo is trying to fight this man's fight. You got to be technical. You the better boxer, Tim Zoo.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What's that song my grandma used to play? Holding on.
He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make
Holding on, and that's all right. Holding on. He better hold on, goddamn. Hold on to your love. Got to hold on like in Vogue too, goddamn. This round,
my man in the house, Pastor Free. What's up, brother?
Oh, there you go, D Free in the building. D Free, what's happening with you, man? This fight is
Garner, my God.
Yeah, Mike.
That's what happened.
The hype is over.
Oh, he goes down again.
Oh my goodness!
He's about to hurt
him.
I don't think he gets up from this one. Oh, he gets up again. He gets up again. Tim Doo Doo.
Give him a chance.
It's over for you. Ooh, Tim Doo Doo Zoo. Tim said, I want to go. You got to get me out. He said, you got to kill me.
Here we go.
He can't even get me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he got him dancing with one ice skate on. Oh, my goodness. He's trying to fight back. He's reaching. Oh, he's throwing the towel. It's over. Tim Doo Doo gets down.
Stop.
I told you. Give me some money, honey. God
the hype
damn.
is over, like Michael Garner said.
If you put your money on Tim Zoo, I feel bad for you, my
Shout out to BBO for making a major
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! First the Fat
He
Boys
got
break up. Down
smoked.
goes Frazier, and down goes Tim Doo Doo
And he got
Zoo.
I don't
Nothing
want to
like
ever
that.
hear about Tim Zoo again.
Never
Same way
ever.
y'all do Devin, same way y'all do
That
any
hey,
Frank Martin,
I'ma be on him about it.
same way y'all do any one of these fighters that get smoked. I don't
Prize,
want to hear
you
about
know
them no
me.
more.
Prize, you know me. I'm gonna be on him. I'm gonna put him to death. I'm gonna bury him. I'm gonna
Bury
put him to
him.
sleep. So
I cannot wait to hear
nobody's gonna be
Coffee
able
and
to talk
Donuts
about
Monday
him.
morning.
You know
Y'all
how I
tune
do.
in.
Oh, I'm gonna get him on coffee and donuts, and
He
trust me,
gonna
when I'm done, I ain't
Hold
gonna be
up, hold
talking
up,
about him.
hold up.
Oh, oh,
I'm gonna say something, dog.
woo!
I'm gonna say something. This is a clear case of a resume don't fight for you because this nigga had nobody on his fucking resume. Nobody.
Oh.
He a hey, free. This Russian dude is a monster, bro. This
Dog,
is
I'm gonna say it right now. Bud Crawford don't want to get in the ring with that dude, dog. Bud Crawford
Woohoo.
don't want to get in the ring with him, dog.
Oh, stop.
did y'all hear? Did y'all hear? This the
No,
dude that this
no,
the reason why this big dude
no.
right here is the reason why my guy Jamel Charlo dropped the belt. This dude is a monster, bro. For one, he
No,
be
BBL,
saying
you've been
this
riding
is
with this dude for a little second now, man. You might have found a diamond in the rough, bro.
dog.
no,
You
This dude
might be
right
the
I
first.
ain't
here.
riding
You,
with him.
hey
I just know what
BBL,
he can
you
do.
literally might be the first one up on this dude, like really saying this dude is gonna win. You've been pretty consistent with that. That's crazy,
This dude right here. He's
He's pretty.
154-pound Arthur Baturmalev.
man. He ain't beating no Terrence
Yeah.
Crawford, man. He wilding. You
No,
went
he
too
a hurt
far.
parents, bro. He a
Man,
Dog,
hurt
you
parents. I don't know
tripping.
what
He's
you ain't been
fucking
watching
hard,
that.
dog,
man.
you better go back and watch some fights of his, cause I did. This
That ain't
nigga is a knockout artist.
Yeah, he be smashing people, bro. Dude,
well. He just smashed Tim Zoo, and now y'all can just. He's cooked the
no,
same way. He that same
I'll
way he
say this.
cooked.
I'll say
I
this.
ain't gonna say Tim Zoo's cooked, but
Man, he
he got his
cooked.
ass whooped. He
He
got his ass
cooked.
whooped.
This guy here is just made a name for himself, and now he's got to be in contention for a title.
He got the
He
title. What
got
you
a
talking
title.
about?
He
He's
got
the
the
IBF
Oh,
title.
champion.
what did
He
Zoo have?
Zoo got nothing.
Zoo had nothing. He's the IBF champion. Zoo
Oh,
wasn't
that's
anything.
right, because he got
This
yeah. That's
this
right.
the guy.
Damn,
That
This
was
the
his
guy that
title.
made Jamal drop the belt.
That was his title defense against Zoo. That was his
Jamel, you
title
mean?
defense. His
All
first
right,
title
Mm,
defense.
yo, that guy was a savage, bro.
I can't believe y'all didn't know who he was.
I
Man,
seen him
I
fight
know
I
who
once,
he is,
I
and he
know
man.
who
ain't
he
fight
was, but
nobody.
I ain't think nothing of that. Like, I gotta
I
stop
seen him
doing
fight.
that. It's just
I
what
seen
it
him
is
fight
with me,
once.
BBO. BBO, this is my thing. I don't have like high expectations for these guys like back in the '90s and the mid to late '80s. Like, I don't be. These guys are just guys. They didn't exist back in my time. So I'm just having a hard time, adapt a little. I
Hey,
guess I'm slower.
I came up. Hey, D1, I came up, man. I just made
Hold on.
$1,400, man.
Raj, you said they didn't exist in your time. You still alive, man. What are you talking about?
I know I'm saying like they didn't. I mean, I don't know what I wanted to say, free, but it's just
Hey,
not the
free, you a
same. And so I
jerk.
don't
You
be
know what you
knowing.
were saying.
I don't know. I don't be knowing who
Free, you
these
know what
niggas
you were
is.
saying.
Free.
Free,
I don't be
hey, you
knowing who
know,
they are.
hey,
Free.
y'all know what Free did? Check this out. Your boy, we were doing an interview on Chop Shop Curly with my man Puerto Rican Tommy, aka the man of God. This boy and his brother, man, D Free said, who you like, Vanity or Apollonia?
Mm,
You a damn lie. You a
that's
damn
crazy.
bald faced, big headed lie.
Hold on.
That
Don't
was
get too
you that
crazy.
I
said
know,
that
right?
shit.
D1. Let me hold something, BBO. Oh, since you
That was
won,
you
then
that said
you
that.
can behind the scenes. You can look out for me behind the scenes. Remember
Hey, I owe
when
my
I
man Prize. He about to
when I
get
looked
paid.
out for you, bro? I don't need to looking out.
Hey,
Hey, all
what
I
my
know,
man said, I'm do the right thing. I gotta get paid.
dog, dog. When I saw Tim Zoo hit that dude with a clean shot and he didn't budge, I said it's
Mm,
over. It's
mm.
over. Tim Zoo hit him with a couple of clean shots. He ain't budge. I said, oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
over, dog.
that
It's
dude
over.
is a maniac, bro.
No,
He from
that man got that
He's a
man got
maniac,
long
bro.
arms. He got long arms and he punch a lot. He got a high value. He got a high value. He averaged roughly 70 shots a round.
Oh my
That
God.
dude is a monster. He's a monster. He's a 154-pound Arthur. That's what he is.
Well,
He's a
he's going to be
154
tough
pound
to beat.
Arthur.
He's definitely going to be tough to beat at the 154 pounds. We just saw that. So, I hope everybody is saw that and be like, wow, and hit the gym. I know it's going to be some couple brothers
Said
hitting the
it so
gym.
hard that he looked at his father. He looked back at his father was like, "Did you see that?
Hey,
That
yo,
dude, they killed me."
Bud probably went running. Bud, while Fondor fight him, Terrence should fight him and get that belt.
Dog, Terrence is not fighting him, dog. He's
And
not
why not?
fighting him, dog. You just seen why not? He fighting him.
No, I ain't seen nothing. Tim Zoo ain't Terrence Crawford.
Hold on, let
No,
me
he
say
ain't
this
Terrence
though.
Crawford. But what we do know is Terrence Crawford usually starts off slow. This dude
All
don't.
right.
He starts
All right.
off
Well, if
hard
this
from the
guy,
beginning.
all right. Well, Bud gonna wake up real quick. I promise you that.
He better,
Hey,
because this dude's
I'm gonna say
throwing
this.
bombs from the beginning.
What'd
He
you
was
say,
throwing
BBO?
bombs.
Go
Hold on
ahead,
one second. Let
BBO.
me say this real quick, free. I gotta say that this dude right here is the reason Jamel got dropped the IBF belt. This is the first belt he lost because this is who they said they wanted him to fight. The dude is a 175 pounder making 54. I don't know how. The dude is big, man.
BBO, don't lie on that man like that. That
What
man
you talking
came in
about?
that daggone fight. He came in that fight at
D1, damn,
150.
that's crazy. You right though, D1, but I feel you, but
He came in
he ain't
that
the
fight at
same fighter from that.
152.
No, you missed. Hold on, free. You're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in the Olympics, since you know every doggone thing, the man was fighting at
Oh,
175. That's why
all
he
them
was
dudes
light
do that.
heavyweight.
I mean, you saw Terrence Crawford. He was fighting at daggone 35 when he got to the pros. He wasn't fighting at 35 in the Olympics. They all do it. They
But
all
to
do it.
go from 75 to 54, that's crazy.
Daggone Sean Porter was fighting at what 160 and went at 147.
He fought Sean Porter fought Usyk.
Yeah, he fought Usyk at 160 and went to 147.
I'm just saying this. This
But I feel you though, BBO. That dude he not a small 154 pounder.
the
Yeah,
man
yeah,
can
you got
fight.
it. Yeah,
That,
somebody in
that dude
trouble.
is a dog.
He's a solid, but I don't
I
want to
just
go
like
as far as he can beat Terrence
I
Crawford. I think Terrence Crawford will beat him
I
up.
I ain't say he had beat Terrence Crawford. I said Terrence Crawford don't want to get in the ring with him.
Why not? Terrence need to go get that belt.
So
So when Earl and Fondora, whoever win that, Terrence can just beat them up.
Terrence
And then
he gonna tell Earl or Frondor, you go get that belt. I'll be waiting for you.
no, Terrence and Fondora is gonna fight and then Terrence can beat that boy, man.
Terrence ain't getting none of those belts. He said the only fight he wants is Canelo. He don't want to fight
Man,
nobody.
Terrence gonna do what he gotta do.
Dog, I'm telling you what the man said. That's why he stepped
Man,
aside.
he say one thing and then do another. Why can't you can't
Well,
take what these
he,
fighters say free
I'm
and
going
then
by
if
what
they
he
do
did.
everything, they always
One
say
second.
I'm
one thing and go
I'm
do another
I'm
whole
going
thing.
by
Hold on one second, sir. Hold
I'm
on one
going
second,
by
sir.
what he did. He stepped aside. That's what he did. He
Hold on one
stepped
second, free. Let
aside.
me read this real quick. Hold on one second. Let me read it. He said he got on the scale, was closed on at 152. He did. I'm just saying the man was fighting at 175 in the Olympics, man. So I don't know how in the world he at 54.
Because he's
He got a
disciplined.
hell of
That's
a
how.
he got a hell of a daggone nutritionist.
And
He
he's
got a hell of a
disciplined.
nutritionist.
And he's super disciplined. Because you gotta eat right. You gotta do everything right every day, 7 days a week to do
Hey,
that.
you saw Chop 50 years old. That man said, man, I gotta eat just to make 147. I'm at
Hmm
143. That man Chop is always in shape.
Yeah. Chop was a savage for going that welter and up, you know?
Yeah.
That man always in shape. He
Yeah,
said, I gotta keep eating. That man
I
said he
like
about
I
to go have
like
some
I
barbecue
like
baked chicken.
the
That nigga said
Michael
he gonna
Chop
have some
story.
barbecue baked chicken, some broccoli, and some rice and gravy. He said, I gotta eat to put some weight on. I'm trying to make 47.
Chop is a good solid dude. Just fighter dude. I watched some of his interviews. He's just a cool dude, man. You know what I mean, shout out to him. He rumble.
Uh,
I don't care
I
about
don't know.
wins and losses. I come from the era where you can have 5, 6, 7, 8 losses. We don't care. You come to fight. You come to fight. Like like
Still got. He
Merciless
said
Ray
he
Mercer and
he said he got two more fights left, and he will be at 90, and then he's hanging it up. He's about
that
to
would be
fight.
savage.
He about to he about to
Hey,
fight
and he
Michael
came up.
Williams Jr. He about to fight
Mm.
Michael Williams Jr. next week. That will put him at 89, and then he'll have one
Mm.
more fight after that. We'll put him at
That's
90,
crazy.
and he said he's hanging it up after
Where
that.
where is that fight with Junior at?
North Carolina.
At welterweight
Oh, where?
in North Carolina.
I
Where?
think in Fayetteville, I believe.
I don't know
In
where in North Carolina.
Fayettenam?
I think
I
so.
just know it's in North. I
Oh
gotta look it up,
man.
but it's
I'm
in
in
North
North
Carolina.
Carolina. I'm in North Carolina right now. I'm only like maybe hour and some change from Fayetteville. Shout out Fayetteville.
Mm. That's one of my
Fayetteville.
areas right
Shout
there.
out
This nigga
Fayetteville.
I got some memories of
BB
that area,
and
boy.
Shout out, yeah. Why? Because why? You was in the military.
Before the military, man, when I was hitting the road back in the day, man, you know I've been around the world. Y'all like at least a stand for me,
Fayetteville,
man.
Fayetteville is shout out to Fayetteville. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, shout out
I
to
love you. I
Fayetteville
love y'all.
woman.
I
That's
love
what I'm
y'all. I love
saying.
y'all brothers, man. I love y'all brothers.
I love the woman out there. That's all I got to say,
I love
man.
Fayetteville. Shout out to the shorties in Fayetteville. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm in the Bull City right now, North Carolina. I'm not too far from Duke.
Okay. Oh, you over there? You
You
over
in
that
Yeah.
Durham.
way?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
You in Durham, right?
Yeah, I left the crib. I left my crib out in the sticks and I came to the city. Shout out to my city, Durham, North Carolina. I love y'all niggas. I'm out here.
Hey, that's Chocolate
yeah.
City right there, man.
When
Durham.
I was in the military, I was in South Carolina. I was in Sumter, man. I was right outside of Sumter at Fort Jackson.
Shout out South Carolina. They talk
Yeah.
different down there. Yeah, them shorties talk different down there. Shout out to all the females in South Carolina. I love y'all.
Yeah, love them too. I love all the girls
And
all
you
over
know
the
Hold
Prize,
on one
globe.
second. You said
and you
BBL was
know
saying, hold
Big
on one
Prize
second.
gonna come through, and it's a vibe when I come through.
Hold on one second, my man Michael Garcia said BBL was saying because I think I knew Tim was going to have problems. You know, this dude, the dude he's fighting is really tough. He just really ain't had his opportunity. But the way he was beating on people, I just knew.
Yeah, Shelton. He got smoked quick.
Yeah,
That
he
He
was a
got
got
pack.
buried.
beat
He's
the
smoking on
death.
that Zoo Pack, and he's smoking on that Zoo Pack right now.
Hey, there's Keith Thurman. I haven't seen him in a while. Wow, Keefy Pooh. That's where you need to stay at, behind the microphone. Don't get back in no damn ring, Keefy Pooh.
What my man Errol said, who's that goofy dude in the white shirt?
I was wondering that, yo, the other day I was thinking, fellas. I said, damn, I ain't heard nothing from Keith Thurman. Here he go. No, I knew he's gonna pop out of somewhere. Yeah, yeah. Keep your job, man.
and just do the flutes and just fall back.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you know what it is, though, man. Shout out to everybody that subscribed. Shout out to the chat. I love
hey, you
y'all in the chat, man. Y'all
Hey, man,
make this
what
show.
y'all
Y'all
football
make this
team
show
gonna do
easy,
tomorrow,
man.
man?
I got great news. I got great news. I got great news. We've been doing it.
Yeah.
What's happening?
It'll be 2 years on November 5th, November
Mm.
6th, better yet. We almost at 3,000 subscribers. I just want to let everybody know thank you guys so much for the support, love. And what we gonna do, we gonna bless 3 people with $100, man. We gonna bless 3 people with $100, man. So I'm coming up with something right now. But I just want to send a thank you to everybody that supported me. I remember being in the chat, man, with one person, man. So salute.
Mm-hmm.
Salute, man. Salute to my man. Definitely salute to my brother Prize.
Yeah.
Shout out to my brother Greenlight. I love you, baby boy. Shout out to
Come back
Puerto
home,
Rican
green
Green.
light.
Shout out to my man Crush, aka my Juicy J. You know, we got our Wiz Khalifa Juicy J thing going on over here. So salute to my big brother Crush, man, being
Yeah,
down with a
man.
Hmm.
little bro, man. Shout out to my man
Hmm.
Crush.
Crush
But
is
we
a
got something
good
special
dude.
over here, y'all. I'm really excited, man.
Yes, we do,
Thank you,
BBL.
Thank you, yo.
I'm
I
excited,
love
Y'all
man.
y'all
call me
brothers, man.
Bumpy. I'm
Y'all
a
my
good
brothers,
dude.
man. I rock with y'all heavy.
You
Yeah, I
said
rock with
Thurman, my
y'all.
guy. How did I know that? How did I know that, Billy? You said Thurman, your guy? You're the only guy I've ever heard of in the
BBL,
history of
I
YouTube.
remember us being in the chat where there's one, maybe It was one person. Sometimes there was no people in there, and we still was just having fun on the joint. We were just cooking, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what?
You
Whenever I
came
hit
a
another
long way on this
milestone,
channel, bro. You the truth, bro.
whenever I
You
hit a
came a long
milestone, it's a
way.
couple names I gotta shout out, man. I gotta shout them out. I've never been a hater.
Nope.
Shout out to my man Skinny, aka Mason Bethel. Skinny man. First cat let me on there. Shout out to Just Do. Shout out
Just
to the
do.
Lost Art of Boxing, man. I appreciate
Yep.
y'all, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all, man. My man Just Do would get off the mic, let me rock for an hour, man. Shout out to my man Just, bro.
Just do is a his show is so dope, and you know I listen to it, but when I'm listening to Just Do, I'm on my way home, so I'm not able to. I don't believe in texting and driving. You know, I got my CDLs, and I just don't believe in it. You know, so I
I
just
feel
but
you,
I
bro.
got Just Do on my car play, and we riding, and he be sliding. And shout out to Just Do. His show is dope. I like him. He's very fair. You know, he's not biased. Just Do is a dope channel, man. Y'all should subscribe to that joint.
So
Real
just
rap.
remember, if y'all say BBO is biased, that's not true because my big brother ain't biased. So I ain't biased.
Yeah,
Just keep that in mind.
Just Do his show is dope, bro. Y'all need to have that in y'all life. Just check it
Hey,
when
Yeah,
y'all coming home. Put it on the radio coming home. The same way y'all like to listen to sports radio. You guys, throw on that Just Do coming home. That joint on fire, bro. I don't even listen to the Sixers and the Eagles. A Crush. I don't listen to 97.5 and them boys no more when I'm coming home. I listen to Just Do.
yeah, I feel you, bro. Yeah, I
Because I
mess
don't
with
be
Just.
wanting to hear that rap and that music in my ear. Sometimes I want to hear talk radio. You feel me? So coming home is Just Do is perfect.
y'all gonna
Yeah,
probably
y'all.
think I'm
Yeah.
bad for this, but man, I kind of don't listen to rap that much anymore. I'm listening to my man Harold Melvin, Jackie Wilson,
I ain't mad at you.
Teddy Pendergrass. Shout
Hey
out to Teddy
man,
P, man. He was talking that stuff, man. What do you say? Be for real, girl.
hey man. I listen. I listen to music. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna listen to music. I listen to music. You know what I'm saying? I'm a music encyclopedia. I
Yes, it
listen to
was
music.
Tech or Teach.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it was. It definitely was a whooping. 100%. Shout out to you.
He
Subscribe. Shout out to the
he beat
homie
him to
Ant
death.
McQueen.
He
Well,
did.
as my man Errol Spence used to say, put him in the dirt. He put him in the dirt. Like brother BBO said,
Hmm.
he got beat
Yes, he
to
did.
death. You see what I'm
All the
saying?
brothers in the chat, all the brothers in the chat is like he got smoked. He got whooped. Ant McQueen,
And
Mr. Sheldon said he got his behind whipped.
well, I'm gonna give y'all
The
my
homie
my
Tech
my
or
my
Teach
my
said he
favorite.
got that. Now that was a whipping. Yes, it was. That was. I don't even want to say that on this, but that was
Well,
definitely a whipping.
I'm gonna give y'all my favorite signature model. He got put on his ass bag, and I hope he bought his butt cheeks insurance. That's all I got to say.
Yes, indeed.
He
I'll
got put
say
on
this though.
his
I put like this, man. I give Tim Zoo
Bentley
all the
rock with
credit
Keith
in the
Thurman.
world.
All right.
I give
He
credit.
didn't give up.
He
He
didn't
was
give
trying
up,
to
and
win.
he took a crush. That's a tough fight to be taken, bro.
Yeah.
After a loss, that was a
That.
tough fight to be taken, bro.
Yeah, I
So
take what I
he a
can. Hey
warrior, man.
BBO, can I take my comments back about Tim Zoo? I don't want to throw him away.
I don't know why you would throw away a dude who will fight
I
anybody.
was just excited off that fight, so I was my, you know. But I take what I said back. He not cooked, bro. He can be tough.
He a
Tim Zoo
monster,
can
man.
be
That was
tough for anybody, but right now, he's just
He ain't
a
messing with
contender.
none
He's
of them
back to a
big
contender
boys.
again, bro.
He ain't messing with none of them boys. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got to say. I ain't
It's
saying
crazy.
nothing else. He
I ain't
beat
hitting
the
throwing
them
him
beat the
with them
away.
death.
boys.
Hey, you know what's
He
funny,
been,
man? When y'all say y'all like that beat the death, I've been saying that for everything.
Yeah, that
yeah,
beat the
BBO.
hey
I like
BBO.
that, man.
Matter
You
of fact,
know.
I'm not even gonna say that on the air because they're gonna go and try to copy it. So I'm gonna tell you behind the scenes.
I tried to copyright beat the death, but you can't copyright. It's too broad.
Ain't that something? Ain't that?
That's
Yeah,
that's crazy.
but yeah,
And
hey, bro,
copy.
I used to say that I got that from an old coach. Shout out to Coach Bo, man. He used to say, man, you out there getting beat to death, son.
Hey, look for real, BBO. That's what made me subscribe to your channel because you was like, I forgot who you was talking about. You was such and such. You was going on and on and on one of your reels, and then you was like, "He gonna get beat. He got beat to death." And I was like, "Man, no, he didn't." And then I commented, I was like, "Man, no, he didn't." And he was like, "You was like, man, subscribe to the talk and come holler at me." And I was like, "All right." You know what I mean? I pulled up on you.
Hey man, I appreciate everybody, man, in the comments,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, if y'all notice BBO answer the
Shout out to
comments, man.
GD.
Shout hey, is GD in the
He said,
Man,
"Yes, he
listen,
did get
man.
demolished." Salute to you, my brother.
hold on, hold on,
Like,
hold on. GD who was talking cash money about boxing today? What? I get a boy credit. The boy got heart, man. The boy
hold
got
up,
heart.
man. Gotta do it
He
right,
got
man.
smoked.
Knockout, I don't know if Knockout's still here, but Bentley in the building. What's up, Bentley? Michael Gardner, what's up?
Hmm.
What's up, Mike? What's going on in the building? Oh, there he is. Not the average white man. Ain't the average white man. D1 in the building. My God, soul brother without the color.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Tim Layton in the building. JBT. Just
Yes.
talking boxing. That's how we rock it. There he is. The damn it man in the building. TWT. K Savoy. What's going on? K Savoy, how
Yeah.
you doing, man? Salute
Shout
to
out.
everybody in this joint, man. We got an R-Star cast in the
Yes.
chat building and we rocking. Yes, he got beat to death. Shelton Moore in the building. Listen, man, it was Rock'em Sock'em Robot, and his robot didn't come with no extra goddamn nothing. He must have came in with a half a battery, man, and it just got weaker and weaker as the fight went into was no more fight. He got beat from dawn to dusk. I don't know what y'all was saying about him. I thought he was always an okay dude, but hey, man, got to
GD,
slow
I told
down
you.
like Brand Nubian said. Slow
What's
down like
that?
Crush it.
Brand Nubian, goddamn.
Crush it. You just roll real quick.
Hey man, what's that?
Ant McQueen in the building, teaching the
Yeah.
building, man.
I
GD,
like
salute to everybody
and
in the
shout out
building.
to Ant McQueen, yo. I rock with Ant McQueen. I like the way
Ain't
he
dope,
I like the way
man.
he
It's
think,
dope.
and I like the way he put his stuff together and then, put it out, put the information out. Yo, it's dope. Shout out to
Hey,
him.
They
people
ain't
don't
be all
notice.
smooth about it. He be super smooth about it. I'm gonna call Ant
Yeah.
the smooth criminal
Yeah, he's
with the
smooth, bro.
delivery, man. And
Shout
don't
out
let
to
him have
him.
his little sip. He gets
You
he
know he
gets in it,
Jamaican,
dog.
man. You know them Jamaicans are smooth, man. He
Hey,
Jamaican,
hey,
bro.
hey, hey.
They
Yeah, all
smooth,
right,
man.
yeah.
And
They
I'm
I
big
smooth.
on,
know.
and I'm the type of brother that's big on energy. And I don't know Ant
Yeah,
McQueen in real and like personally, but I feel like he's like the type of energy. I feel like he's on that energy type of level. I might be wrong, but I just feel like he is. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
I feel like he's serious at what he does and he's serious, and he has fun, but I don't know. When I watch him, I feel like he's like
Yeah,
I
he's being
can't
himself.
explain. Yeah, I can't explain it, bro. It's dope. Shout out to Ant McQueen. I rock with him.
Ant McQueen. When you listen to Ant McQueen, he give you like uh, a euphoria type of feeling. You see what I'm saying? It's like a woo side when you listen to him. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you said, energy. I'm an energy person.
Yeah, I
I'm a
feel like
spiritual
he's
person. I
on
like
that.
all
And
that stuff. Yeah.
and Crush, and I know that you are because that's when I first met you, you know, I saw you doing your joint and I pulled up like, you was talking about Terrence and Earl, and then you was, and that was dope. And then I was like, yo, I rock with him, bro. And I've been subscribed to your joint ever since. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
every since, Prize, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate everybody subscribe to me,
And
man.
remember I did it in front of your face. I was like, I'm gonna subscribe to you
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Cause I ain't know
Yeah,
you
you
was
did.
cooking. And I ain't know you was part
Thanks,
of
man.
the winning team. And shout out to them brothers. I was like, dang, I ran into
Yeah,
that
yeah.
live. The first time I met Crush, I ran into him live in person,
He was
doing his
he was
coffee and
coming through the
donuts.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
That used
coming
to
through
make
the
me.
door, and I
I used
was
to. Hey,
cooking.
Crush. I used to be late because I used to be
Right.
on a corner. You know how when at that corner where I would go and around that corner, I would be standing right
Yeah.
there watching you cook, and there'd be like 80 mofos on there waiting for me, and I'd be like, dog, man. I'd run up and then run down real quick, and I'll come back,
Right.
and I'll just be watching you just flame ish, dog. That it was so fire to watch live, dog. I seen Coffee and Donuts live. The first time that I ever even heard about coffee and donuts, I seen it live.
Yeah, man, appreciate that, bro.
And it
Appreciate
was
it.
fire, dog. I was like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And he used to cook and they used to be out and I used to have to stay there. He used to be out. I'd be like, dang, I had to come down there. You wasn't there. It'd be the next people. I'd be like, dang, yo, my homie ain't there. And I
Yeah,
come
cause they
in.
was back, man.
Hey, for
They
real,
had
for
it
real.
to be
I ain't
bad,
gonna
man.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. I used to have to pay like $25 in parking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was killing me, dog. But you know what though? Coffee and donuts for that job that I was doing had me on time because I wanted to see it. You feel me?
Oh, that's
Yo,
what's up.
that
Man,
you
I appreciate
literally
that.
have, and I'm always late because I'm like, man, I ain't want to do this. I come in there because I know I got all the power, and I go in there, and I don't feel like doing this. Everybody trying to be nice to me, people being mean to me. It's crazy, especially that
Right.
job, especially that building.
Yeah, I be like
And
that.
that building was crazy. And the only thing I had to get my my engine going. And that coffee and donuts used to pump me. I used to go in there. He used to be cooking. I used to go in the elevator. Like, yo, I'm about to turn up in here, dog.
Yeah, man, I
Shout out to
appreciate
that.
it, man.
Shout out.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Them coffee
Appreciate
and
it.
donuts is fire, man.
Appreciate it, man.
I love it. That's a true story. That's all facts.
Yo, and I dropped the link if you want to pull up, man. Give us some science on it.
Yeah.
Cause I tell you what, man, that to me, like I knew that went down exactly how I thought it would. I knew Tim Zoo was not ready to come back.
And
Most
Oh
shout out
my
to
likely.
God.
BBO for picking that upset because that definitely an upset, bro.
Yeah,
It's really
I'm
not, man. He wasn't
you
he
going
wasn't ready,
there.
man.
You can stay. You can rush the field on that one.
He wasn't ready, man.
And Tim went in there with the wrong fight plan too. Oh yes, he did. Oh, I can't wait for coffee and donuts,
Trying to
baby.
bang with the boy, yo, that was crazy. He
Woo!
trying to bang with boy, that was crazy.
I'm gonna have bacon and eggs, dude. Bacon and eggs with that thing too. I'm gonna cook this thing, boy.
He
That
got
thing gonna be
smoked.
But
bad.
the problem is Tim Zoo was tailor made for him because Tim Zoo don't know how to fight no other way. That's the only way
Yeah,
Tim
That's
Zoo
too
yeah,
fight.
deep, free.
that's crazy.
Yep,
You got a point, free.
yep.
He
He
don't
ain't
know
no
That's
no
all
other
boxer.
good.
way.
Free.
It's
He'll,
one
he'll
way.
come. Yeah, he'll come forward fighter.
He
That's
a
why
one
I
way
said it.
street,
I
dog.
knew it was gonna be action packed. I like man when me and Ant was talking about it on Thursday. I was like, it's gonna be an action packed fight. I favored Tim Zoo because I thought the experience and the better pedigree of fighters that he has been in the ring with, I thought that it would favor him better. But like I said, you can clearly see resumes does not fight for you. You got to
Mm,
get in the ring. Don't care how bad your resume is. That don't make the fighter. The
you don't.
fighter makes the fighter.
Shout out to Danny Drew. Yeah, it might look like that. He said Tim Zoo a hype job. Shout out to you. Like and subscribe, brother. Yeah, but he looks like I don't know. Like the brother said, he might be.
Hey, teach. I'm breaking the rules right now. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Hey, man.
What's
I
up,
told you,
Teach?
man. Never doubt BBO, man. You gotta remember, I'm the man of God, man. Never doubt me, man. I told you, man. Tim Zoo was going to bed, bro. How
Mm,
you feel now?
mm.
It's on me?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on you.
Yes,
You the
on you,
on
man.
Oh,
Free.
you.
no, I
It's
just
on you, bro.
yeah, for me, man, this was a tough fight for Zoom, man. Like I didn't expect him to go out that way, but he got his, ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that I want to say is that, man, I commend Zoo, man. Like Zoo has been going for all the smoke. Like he hasn't backed down from any fights, and he went up to this fight knowing that that guy was dangerous. Like he went under the IBF rules and everything. And this just says a lot about Tim Tszyu, man. Like he wants to smoke, he wants all the champions,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't care if he loses. Unlike some boxers in the sport who are moving funny, the fighters that I'm just gonna say it, like the way Tank is moving right now, you want to see him fight the best, he's not.
Hold
Tim
on,
Tszyu,
teach. Hold on,
No,
teach.
no,
Tim
no,
Tszyu is
no.
Abdul
Stay on Zoo.
Tim
Wahid.
Don't do
Tszyu,
that, Teach.
Stay on
Don't
Tim
do
Zoo.
that,
Stay on
Teach.
Zoo.
Tim Tszyu is
Hold
going
on,
out there
teach.
Don't
fighting the
do that,
best.
Teach.
Hold on,
So
teach.
I
You gotta
commend
say
Tszyu,
Abdul
man.
Wahid, bro. We say Abdul Wahid over here.
Don't do it to yourself, Teach.
No,
Hey, I
no.
already
We
did
can
it.
call him.
I
We can
already
say
did it.
Tank, bro. Tank. No, but we're not gonna bring Tank into this. We're talking about Tim Zoo, brother. Teach. Okay.
But
So
teach
Hey,
is
that,
right though. Teach, you know what?
that
I
that's all I
appreciate
gotta
Don't
that.
say.
get him started, y'all. I'm trying to be nice. I'm
yeah,
trying to be nice.
we're talking about Tim Zoo. He just got smoked. Let's focus
I'm
on the
trying to
fight
be
we just
nice.
saw. We all saw it. You saw it, and you thought that Zoo was going to go out there and do his thing because of experience and things like that. And he is decent, but tonight we all got proved wrong, and brother Drew in the chat said that he's a hype job, and thumbs down at that, behind his comments. So
We can't
I,
do that.
I, I, I might I
Can't
might
call
be
him to a hype job.
going with
Because,
him on that. What do you think?
Hold on, bro. Don't call nobody a hype job who's daring to be
yeah,
great. You sound like a clown on that one,
exactly.
bro.
Man, I mean, but people didn't know him. People know Zoo.
Bro, people know him.
No,
People know
you
this
know
big
him,
Russian dude.
BBO. We know him. The people don't know him. The people
Him is,
the people came to see Tim Zoo fight, not this guy. They thought Tim Zoo was gonna collect the belt, and he got cooked.
but you
Hey,
can't
I'm not gonna
disagree.
ever. I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna let my man Teach cook some more. I'm gonna say this because you're a guest, Teach. I'm gonna let you get your you when you come the caller comes, I'm gonna let you get your talk. But bro, I'm not gonna call the dude who took a fight he didn't have to take no doggone hype job. This dude didn't have to fight him. He wanted to go right into a title shot when everybody told him not to fight him. He was supposed to be fighting. What's the kid's name? Erickson Lubin. He wasn't supposed to be fighting him, but he said whatever happened, the guy, didn't do whatever. He took the fight. So I'm gonna give Tim Tszyu full credit, bro. Getting beat up is part of it. Ali did it. Sugar Ray Leonard did it. Everybody got beat, man. Teofimo Lopez got beat. I mean, now come with it. Ain't nobody talking
Nah,
about
they
no
hyped him
loss.
up.
Go ahead, Keith Cook, man. It's on you, brother. My bad.
Man, you said it all, BVO. It's like that's like a mic drop right there. Like I don't need to say anything else because you just said it all.
No, we can't do all that capping, bro. The dude didn't have to take that fight, bro. He
But
had no
brother
business
Drew
taking that
said
fight.
he's a hype job, and then
Drew,
he
you're
said
wrong. And
then he
Drew's my
said
guy.
then brother Drew said he got stole. You know what I mean? He did. I don't know, a hype job. I don't know. Maybe
Hey,
he
we
might
got
be.
my bro. We got the next call in the house, my man, all the way from New York. My man, Ant Man. What's going on, Ant Man? What you got on this
He
dog?
got smoked.
No, I ain't gonna call the man a hype job
Mm.
because I feel like calling that man a hype job, it would take credit away from Murtazaliev, and we got to give that dude credit for
Mm-hmm.
that's how you establish yourself as a champion. Because all too often we see guys in a similar position, they win a title, in a fight where the title was vacant, then they mess around, they get their title took the next fight. They don't have a successful defense. So to see this dude win that title, come in there, and then not only win but do it in emphatic fashion against a guy like Tim Tszyu, I don't think that Tim Tszyu is a hype job at all. I think he definitely might be going through some things psychologically. One thing I did notice was early on in the fight, I'm not sure if y'all peeped, but he touched his head to make sure his head wasn't bleeding.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
I seen that.
So I'm like, yeah, he might have a little bit of PTSD from that last fight. And I
Hmm.
just
He
think
came
I
back
think
too
they just
early, man.
I think so. I think so too. But I also feel
Yeah,
like
I agree.
He
in that
fought the wrong
last
fight.
fight, they let it linger on a little too damn long. If they
Yeah.
would have stopped it around the fourth, he
Mm-hmm.
would have skated up out of there with a no contest. He'd still be the champion, and then
Yeah.
he would have his time to recuperate, get himself back together. But
Yeah.
instead, they allowed him to fight, 9, 10 more rounds
Yeah.
wearing the crimson mask, as they
Blood.
say.
Yeah. Blood.
Blood all over his face, couldn't see a damn thing. And then the moment there was contact in this fight, he was touching his head to make sure he wasn't bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't Murtazaliev's problem.
It ain't.
Murtazaliev did what he was supposed to do with who he had in front of him. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the same thing happened tonight. Once again, Tim Tszyu was just too damn tough.
For his own
Uh,
good.
Yo,
Yeah.
salute
Yeah.
to my guy D Free, because we were talking about this. We were literally talking about this two nights ago. 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
The importance of experience and applying it. If
Yeah.
you find yourself in a situation where it's adverse, like Tim Tszyu did tonight, take your time and get your shit together. Tim Tszyu got clipped by that shot and rushed right back into the fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sure enough did.
Bro,
He got so much to prove.
you know what I'm
No, he
saying? Like,
don't.
yo,
Yeah,
Either
I'm
either
saying he goes out if he gets hit. You remember how back in the day when if you hit Sugar Shane, he'll try to come back. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You hit
So
him, Zoo try to come back. He'll get knocked out trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to deliver his punishment, you know? So he's just I was just trolling when we was talking about he's a hype job. If I be all serious, I respect fighters like him, you know.
I would. Hey,
And I don't
this
think
is.
that I think that he can get back because he still has his fan base and people that in his country that believes in him. And he just got some thinking to do. He has to learn how not to be so macho and go out there and box dudes and try to, you know,
I'm not.
do a
I'm
little
not going.
bit
I'm not
better
going to
with
say that.
defense.
I'm not
And
going to say that. I'm not going to say that. And y'all know
why
BBO the
not?
first one to say
Why not?
I do the hype job in this because you know what? I just want to say thank you to Tim Zoo because for 1 second, and I felt like I was a little kid watching, you know, Arm Mike Tyson fight on Evander Holyfield. It, dude, that's what you do. You go in there and see if you the best. If you the best, you the best. If not, not. I mean, Tim Zoo fought way too early. He should have fought Lubin next year, but he wanted to fight again. So I mean, I
I
don't know. I
mean,
just say this, man. This has
it's
just
I
crazy.
been.
agree with you. I agree with you,
This has
BVO.
just
But
been.
what
This has
but
just
what
been.
Prize is saying, it goes beyond just showing and proving that you're the best of the best.
Right,
Because when
right.
you get hurt, like I said, man, D Free and myself, we were talking about this the other night, and we were actually talking about Inoue, right? Remember when Inoue got dropped by Neri? People can say what they say. Oh, he
Hmm.
got dropped by Neri. What the fuck did he do? He sat his monkey ass down for 8 seconds, and he took that fucking knee, and he
He
Right.
cleared them
did.
cobwebs, and he got himself back together, and he didn't resume the fight until he got his bearings back. Folks can say what they want to say about Usyk, whether or not Dubois got robbed, but you know what? If the referee is saying that the shot was a little bit below the belt, what did Usyk do? He said, "I'm gonna take that 4 or 5 minutes and I'm gonna milk the clock."
Hmm.
That ain't Usyk's
Smart.
fault. He wasn't the one who made that ruling, but he took full advantage of it. Say, no, I'm gonna take that 4 or 5 minutes. I'm gonna get my shit back together, and then I'm gonna boom. We gonna resume. Tim Zoo got clipped by that shot and was right back at it. He ain't try to use his legs. He ain't try to clinch. He wasn't working behind his jab. He was just out there just trying to throw bombs.
Hmm.
And that's
Now,
what got him hurt again.
And he got smoked.
He got smoked in the process. And I appreciate it on one hand. It's like, man, that dude, he left it all in the ring. There's no question about whether or not Tim Zoo is the type of dude that's going to go out on the shield. But like Prize is alluding to, don't go out on your shield if you don't have to.
exactly.
Hmm.
But I also
Yeah,
agree
and,
with
You
you.
know,
and
I agree with you what you're saying, BVO. Like he could have
I
took
do
a
too,
lesser
though.
fight. He ain't have to jump back up in there with this dude. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He didn't
I
have to. He
agree
could have
with
took
you
a
too,
lesser fight,
BBO.
got his feet wet, and so on and so forth. So you're both making fantastic points. It's like, yeah, you didn't have to take this fight, but you also didn't have to be so ball headed and so
Yeah.
stubborn
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
when you
Mhm.
were hurt. Clearly, his legs were al dente. He was
They
on
was
noodle legs.
shot.
Them
They
shits
was
was
shot.
shot. Hold
They
on,
was
bro.
noodles, man.
so
Hold
He's
I
on
think,
on.
On
noodles.
a fight,
That's
well,
on
the
a fight
referee
like
to
this,
do his
man.
job. If the ref want to come in and break you, that's his job to break you. But until then, hold on.
Hold on. Hey, BVO, real quick, I want to let our guests speak one more time. What was you saying, bro? The guest we had. What was his
Teach. Go
name?
ahead, teach.
Reach, yeah.
oh yeah,
He was trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
say something.
So I agree with everything Ant said. And me while watching the fight, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Tim Tszyu, you got hurt. So you need to change up the game plan. Like you need to move, stick to a jab and all that. And then
Hmm.
I'm thinking to myself, have I ever seen Tim Tszyu do that before? And I've never seen him do that before.
Right.
Like he's a come forward fighter, right? The and one thing that I recall, and they actually mentioned it during the post fight, after the fight, was that Tim Tszyu was actually taking his time versus Brian Mendoza before he started to ramp it up. But even so, taking your time, he was taking his time while still being in the pocket with Mendoza. But even if he tried that game plan, I still think he would have gotten knocked down. So what I kind of like the way the fight went, just because Tim Tszyu knows that now he has to work on a different game plan than just walking forward. So I hope moving forward that his team, teaches him like different game
Mm-hmm.
plans, different
Yeah.
situations, right?
You're right.
So this
I'm gonna
was a
say this
good
though, T.
learning.
Let me say this real quick, Teach, before you finish.
Mhm.
The man is who he is at this point. So I
Yeah.
get what you're saying, but he is who he is.
It's looked like it's no turning back, right,
But
BBL?
go
You're
ahead,
right.
Teach. My bad. I had to put that in there.
I mean, I still think fighters could add elements to their game. Like
Mm,
for example, look at Fundora. He's predominantly an inside fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you see him try to fight from the outside. So I
yeah,
still
but
think
it's
he could
not
add
really
something.
good to me. But I feel like
Oh, let me
you
finish real
can't
quick.
teach.
Go ahead.
I feel like you can't teach a old dog new tricks. But carry on.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to do something like besides staying in the pocket when you know somebody else is just stronger than you. So hopefully they find something, an element that they could look at to offset the power, right?
Yeah.
But Tim Tszyu, he's a live dog. He's gonna come back, and I think he's gonna get his stuff together. I think, yeah, dude is just a dog, man. I can't hate on him.
Yeah, I can't hate on them either. You're right about
Yeah.
I can't hate on them either. But you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and you just said it just looked like he don't want to jab.
Hold on, hold on,
You
hold
just
on,
said
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
you just said
Pride. You just got done hating on this guy. What are you
yeah,
talking about?
yeah, but I ain't really hating on them deep down
No,
inside.
no. You said throw him away. You know
Man,
what?
I can do
This is what I'm
whatever
gonna
I
say.
want.
Let me say this. This is the
I'm
same
prize
dude.
fighter. I can do whatever I
Let me
want.
just say. Let me say this, and this is the same dude who
I'm
called
prize fighter. I can
Dimitri
do whatever I
Bivol.
want.
What he called Dimitri Bivol?
Kibbles and
Kibbles and
bits.
bits. Oh,
And hey, Teach. Okay, can you be wrong? Can I not be wrong? I'm only human. He acts like I'm an alien, like I'm supposed to be perfect. Like I'm be wrong about fights. He's been wrong about fights. I've been wrong about fights. You've been wrong about
Hey,
fights. We
Pride.
all been wrong
Apparently,
about
apparently,
fights.
you got
What are we?
the sports almanac from Back to the Future, from the
No,
second
he
one.
said
You
the
know all
sports
the
almanac.
results of everything that's going to transpire from here
right.
on out.
What am I supposed to
I'll
do?
say
Like
this
I'm
don't
though.
know shit about boxing.
Steve
Yo, do you
tweaking.
think there's a
And and
possibility? Do
Tweaking.
and
you think that there's a possibility that you can reaffirm to an old dog that certain tricks that he had already learned could be viable
Uh-huh.
moving forward? Because I'll say this, man, you watch some of these guys when they were in the amateurs and they just had so much more dimension.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Sometimes you be thinking that these guys as pros, they're supposed to be far more developed. But as pros, sometimes they get away from the things that they were learning in the amateurs. All of the rudimentary aspects of boxing, the
Yeah.
fundamentals, the basics, whatever you want to call it. But those things kind of get pushed to the wayside. Case in point, Deontay Wilder, if you watch him as an amateur,
Yeah.
it's damn near night and day from how he fought as a professional. I believe as a professional, he just had so much success with his power
Mm-hmm.
He fell in
that
love with it.
became his. Absolutely. I mean, you know
Mm-hmm.
what his famous quote is: "These guys got to be perfect for 12 rounds. I only got to
Mm-hmm.
be perfect for 2 seconds."
And that's
He
what he
wasn't
was
talking
looking
like
for.
that as an amateur. And you don't win a bronze medal as an amateur with just power alone. You got to have
With the
some
least
level of
experience on
tact.
that team. Least
Yeah,
experience on that team. I mean,
least experience on the team, but he fought with a certain level of tact. He was using his jab, he was using his legs, and so on and so forth. And then that's
yeah.
also what afforded him to be able to line up the right hand as consistently as he did. The
Yeah.
fact that he had pretty good fundamentals, but then somewhere down the line, he stopped using them, man. Stop using them.
Mm-hmm.
Stop
Yeah,
using
he
That's a
them.
did.
good
So
point, Kruk. That's a good point. That's a good point, Ant, because you know what Deontay's delivery kind of reminded me of? How Rocky Marciano would deliver that right hand. Like he just found a mechanic to where it became really like a whip, boom, and then it'd be in and out of there.
but
You
he
know what
would
I mean?
line it up with that lead hand though,
Oh,
BBL.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I would liken it to? It's like when you play pool, right? Like when you shoot in
Mm-hmm.
pool. You don't
Yeah.
always just boom, just strike the cue ball. You kind of
For
measure
sure.
it a little bit. You
Yeah.
measure a little bit, and then boom, then you let it fly. That's
When
kind of
he
how
had
he
that
was with
left
the
hand, he just poked
other.
that left hand out there, and then bam,
Just a little
that
bit,
shit
yeah.
come down the
It's
middle, and it'd be a
flying
wrap.
cue ball, man. That's kind of how Deontay Wilder was. But I feel like Tim Tszyu, to teach his point, and then here's the other thing. Contrary to popular belief, you actually can teach an old dog new tricks, but the old dog has to be willing. That's for
Nah,
one,
I
and
just
there's
don't
got to
feel
be a
like it's.
certain level of repetition. That's the other thing too, man. It's like you got to have those two
He
things
doesn't
got to
look
go
like the
hand in
one
hand.
though, and he doesn't look like the one that could beat one of them dogs that you can teach new tricks. Because he's like he'll just abort all that mission and go back to his old ways, and then you see what happens.
Possibly. I mean, I'll say
Uh,
this though. I'll say this, Prize. I've seen fights earlier on, but he was just on a seek and destroy mission. I think that his nickname is indicative of that. They called the man the damn soul taker, right? But I'll
yeah.
say over his past couple of fights, he's done a far better job of countering, utilizing catch and
For sure.
shoots and things of that
Yeah.
sort. So he's shown that he's got a certain level of craft and tactfulness to him, but I think
This
that
is a
tonight
major
maybe
setback. A major setback.
You
yes
know
it
who I
is.
noticed he take a lot. He's taking a lot from. But you know what? Let me shout out What's Indian Mark, and let me shout out my man Thomas Hill, man. Shout out to Thomas Hill,
Shout out
man.
to Tommy.
I just want to send a big welcome home to my man Thomas Hill, man. He been out selling Girl Scout cookies, man. Welcome home, dog. How you
Coming back
been,
with
bro?
that Fedia. I've been coming back with that Fedia, dog. You know what you've been selling though? Let me tell you what you've been selling. You've been selling it to some very important customers too, man. I heard you talking to my man Chop Chop Corley today. You was feeding him some nonsense, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
feed
yeah.
him
You
some
know you was, man.
nonsense.
And my man was good enough to entertain it, man. But at the end of the day, I had an old dog named Romper, and my man Romper knows some little tricks too. Like you said, it's repetition and
Yeah,
making sure that it's going through and going over, going through, going over. I think another thing that needs to be also implemented in everybody's training regimen is the fact that you might get knocked down. Now it's going to be hard to assimilate the wooziness, the dizziness, or the disorientation you feel, but
yeah,
they got to find a way to imitate that, man, because you got to do things right. I mean, he kept getting up instantly instead of
yeah,
letting himself gather his thoughts. And, of
yeah.
all people, he should know that because his dad did the infamous to
Zab.
Zab Doodoo. If Zab just would have composed himself, he would have been all right. But
What you
Zab tried
say?
to
Don't
get up
play
too
with
quick.
matches.
Hey, great point, T
Now,
Hill.
another
And
thing I
that's
want
let
to
me
do, man, I
say,
want to shout out
got
each
up
and every.
fast, legs weren't under him, did the damn chicken dance, and that was all she wrote. Cook on, my guy, T Hill. Thank you for bringing that up. Fantastic point, man.
For
Fantastic
sure.
point.
And the last thing I want to do, since my man is the last to speak, shout out my man Ant McQueen. Shout out my man Teach. Whenever Teach is speaking, please let my man Teach finish because he won't talk no more if you don't let him. Crush the legend, the greatest man alive, Pride Spider,
Yeah.
D Frizzle, and the Asiatic Cat Man.
Oh.
Hold on. He said
You
Asiatic.
miss,
Oh.
What?
yeah, you missed me, nigga. You missed me, Tommy Hill.
Asiatic cat
Go straight to
man.
hell.
That was crazy.
Oh, Marky
Asiatic.
Dan, my bad. I didn't even know you was in here. My bad, my man Marky Dan, aka the Fight Caller. What's good, man? I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, go straight to hell.
No,
Hey,
my bad.
he been out
But if you're
cooking
gonna
them
I'm
send me
joking.
straight
I'm
to hell, at
joking,
least do
man.
it in your
I'm
native tongue,
joking.
dog.
Yeah, we want you
I'm
to
joking.
talk
I love
normal,
you,
dog.
man.
We don't
You
want to
gonna
hear no
send me there?
American Mark.
Go send me there in your native tongue, bro. My bad. I
Yeah,
forgot you was in here, dog.
yeah. We don't want to hear no American Marky Dan. We want to hear. Well, how many times people got to tell you? We want to hear what's Indian Mark. We don't want to hear he talk that stupid American Yankee accent, bro. Talk normal. That's
See,
what
you
you
be
here
putting
for.
extras on things, dog. I just said it in his native tongue. You didn't have
PayPal
to
me,
go
nigga.
through all that.
What you talking
He
Hey,
about?
know. Hey,
pal,
he
my
know what
man.
I mean when I say Yankee accent. He know what I mean.
Yeah.
He know what I mean. Don't he, Ant? Ant, he
Speaking
know
of
what I mean, don't
speaking of Yankees, man, my Dodgers took a brutal beat down yesterday.
he? Mm.
Yeah, they got shellacked.
Oh, what's the series now
It's 3-2.
I thought, you know what's so funny?
for the
I thought the
Dodgers?
3-2.
Dodgers was gonna finish the Mets, man, but they playing with their food.
Man, the way they was
Nah, it's
seeing
not
that
even
ball,
that, man. It's
it
the
might
Mets.
be
It's the
contagious,
damn
man.
Mets.
It might transfer over to these next two games, bro. And I mean, they was seeing the ball that game.
Hey, because
The
my
pitching been
Guardians in
so
trouble.
damn bad in this series against the Dodgers, man. The Mets, they've been, yo, so many walks, it's been
Yeah, they've been
ridiculous,
walking
and that's
their ass
the
off.
issue. You walk in consecutive batters and you putting people in scoring position and not making these guys earn it. That's been the issue because it's not like the Dodgers have just been lighting them up, hitting a whole bunch of home runs. It'd be 2 consecutive walks, and then boom. Next thing you know, somebody hit a single, and then boom, you got both guys that were on base in scoring position. Now they coming home.
Hey, so what's Indian Mark? What you got on Tim Tszyu getting beat to death, man? What you got on it? And we want to hear you talk. At least give your fight breakdown in your native tongue, please. At least give that.
I'll give my fight breakdown however the hell I want, man. Now let me say this. that was a very entertaining fight. My Tim Tszyu stock did not drop on me. I'm definitely gonna watch his next fight because I'm always entertained when I watch him. But the boy Bakram, he was coming out early trying to establish his jab. They were both swinging, slugging. Then the second round, Tim Tszyu got dropped with a left hook. I saw him getting dropped. I saw it coming just because Bakram was able to fight at long range and he was able to pepper Tszyu with his jab and his straight right and not really have to worry about getting touched. Whereas Tszyu had to come forward and try to get in Bakram's range, and doing that, he was getting touched up. And he had to get touched just to land one right hand. But like I said, it was a very entertaining fight. Tim Tszyu, even when he was getting dropped, he kept trying to get up and was slugging with this dude, was hitting him with some big punches. Like, I was losing my mind. I thought that was that I'm not gonna say Hagler versus Hearns, but that was a crazy 3-round fight. And
Hey,
yeah, Tim Tszyu, he's one of them type of fighters you gotta save him. You gotta save him from himself. So his daddy had to come in there with the towel. But like I said, very entertaining fight.
on
Good
that note,
observation.
you know what I'm gonna say, man? Me headed to the yacht. That's what I'm gonna say, man. Me headed back to the yacht. But I'm gonna ask you this though. I'm gonna ask you this. Ant. Do you know any Patois, Ant?
Wait, what?
Is Ant there? Or he left?
Yo,
Oh
yo.
man. Hey, do you know any Patois, Ant?
Of course.
We trying to get Marky to speak Patois, man, but he won't. I text him in Patois. I
I
talked to
don't
him in
speak.
Patois, but he
First
off.
off, I don't speak patois, nigga. Those are Jamaicans and fucking Haitians in St.
That's
Lucia's.
right.
They speak patois and Creole. I speak in
That's
an
right.
accent. I speak English. Get it straight, nigga.
It don't sound like this.
There's a
Say,
difference.
nigga.
There's a difference because the dialect, the phrasing is different.
Okay, see.
It's not just the accent; it's the phrasing.
I'm gonna bring my homeboy up here. He speaks
Yep.
Patois every day, man. He gonna come up here and cook you, Mark. 'Cause I don't know why you. The man is speaking regular. He'll speak in his native tongue on the phone, but not when we in front of the people. That
What are you
blows my
talking
mind.
about? What are you what are you doing right now? What are we doing?
That's
Tim
fine.
Tszyu just got smoked, and y'all talking
That's
about
what I'm
Creole
saying. BBO
accents
always
and
gotta make the vibe weird, man.
yo, we talking about Tim Tszyu just got smoked, and y'all sitting over here talking about
But you know
I don't
something
know
I
what y'all
seen
talking
today,
about.
and
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
what
be
y'all talking
honest.
about.
I didn't, and I couldn't say this online because I definitely didn't want to be taken offensive. But to be honest with you, man, it kind of hurt me a little bit to hear that Chop Chop was still fighting, man, because I get what he was saying. He want to get the 90
What?
fights. Yeah, I get what he said. He want to go to 90 fights, but to hear him fighting at 50 years old, I mean, we failed him as boxing, as the sport of boxing failed him if he feels like he needs to fight like that. I mean,
That's not
50
what he
years
said
old.
though.
No, you're
Nah.
He's
not. Hold
he's
on, free.
five
Hold on, free. Hold on, free.
he's
I'm telling you.
5-0, not
Hold
60.
on, free.
Not
Hold on,
60.
free.
5-0.
Hold on. I said 5-0. Hold on, free. Hold on. What I'm saying is just me as a longtime fan. I hate to hear of fighters fighting at 50 years old because it's so dangerous. It's not easy to do. Everybody's not Bernard Hopkins. Everybody's not George Foreman. Not saying he can't. I'm just saying for me, I just pray to God that most fighters leave before they get to their 40s and their
I
50s
mean,
if they can. That's just
Yeah,
my
that's
hope.
fine.
I
That's fine.
mean,
That's fine and dandy.
with all
But that's
due
not what he said. He
Hold
didn't
on,
he
hold on.
didn't
This is
say that
hold on.
Hold on, let me
Go ahead.
finish.
Go ahead.
He didn't say he was fighting because he needed to. He said he was fighting because that's what he loved to do. That's what he wants to end his career doing is fighting. That's why he fights. He ain't say he needs to do it. He said his kids told him don't do it no more. He said this is what I love to do. He don't like doing anything else but fighting. He ain't
And he
taking
going to
no
fight
beating.
that young
You heard,
boy.
yeah,
This
you
is
heard him
my only.
talking. He don't take he don't take no beating. He don't
No,
take
he.
a
I'm
beating.
not saying he do.
Yeah,
Not saying he
I
do.
was
But I'm
about to
just
say,
saying
BVO,
it's
if a
dangerous.
dude has to fight at 50 years old, that's not the sport of boxing's fault. That's his own fucking fault. You should have been picked up a trade or something else with your life by then. It's not my fault that you are 50 years old fighting. Respect him though. But I'm just saying, don't put that shit on me.
That's tough, man. I don't know what you think about that, man. What you think about guys fighting until they're 50? I don't know, my
Man.
man.
I,
Van
I don't know if you can do it. If you capable, then do it. Like B Hop. I don't know. I'm kind of with you on that, BVO. I mean, if they great, then do it. I mean, he's fighting a young
A lot
boy. You know what I mean? But I feel like that he can do it. But I don't want to see him do it. Even when B Hop was fighting dudes when
Yeah,
he was in
I
his
don't want
later
him to get
age, I
hurt.
didn't want him to get hurt. But he went out there and wanted
Yeah,
to fight, and I was just like, "Go B Hop!" I'm screaming like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this nigga won." You know what I mean? But so
but
who's to say Chop Chop can't outsperience this young boy because he's a young boy, and so we don't
no, I
know.
was about
But I
to say
don't want him doing it.
y'all y'all acting like he's fighting a world beater, and I'm
I
not.
ain't say
This is
that, but
no not.
it don't matter. You don't got
Hold
to
up,
be a
hold up,
world
hold
beater.
up, hold up,
Three, come on, man.
hold up.
It's boxing.
Why I can't finish saying what I'm saying?
Oh my
Uh,
God.
it's not like he's fighting a world beater, and this is no knock to Michael Williams Jr., but Chop Chop is a veteran. He already said it. He told his father, he said, his father said he wants to see what his son has. And Chop Chop said, I'm not going to take it easy on him. He said, I know. That's why we asking you to fight because they know that Chop Chop give them the work. It's not like he haven't worked with him before. He worked with him before. They sparred before. So he knows who the dude is. But and it's it's not it's when you in shape and you on top of your game, you can go long. It's not like Chop Shop or Bernard Hopkins was the first people to do it. They used to do it a lot back in the days. There was a lot of guys that fought until they was old. There was a lot of
Yeah.
guys that did it.
Yeah, there was just the people I thought
but
off the top of my
Sam
head.
Langford lost his eye.
No.
Jack
Yeah.
Dempsey lost the ability to
But
write.
that's still that was
It's
still a
just
rare thing though. Like you could find
yeah, it's
examples of that D Freed, like Larry Holmes and Archie Moore, but
yeah,
still,
Right.
like those are very special guys.
special,
And a
yeah.
Bernard
And
Hopkins,
and and
special.
and so what you saying
But
is
listen, with
Chop Shop
Chopley,
is a special guy.
which
Chop Shop is a special guy because he's still doing it.
yeah. That's why I
Yeah,
was
no
about to
doubt.
just say that. But with Chop Corley, if he feels he could beat this dude who is not a world champion, probably I don't know if he's even on that level. Let him go ahead. If
Uh,
that's what he needs to sustain himself as a person, if
Yeah, I
he needs to
respect it.
box, let him
I
go do
respect
that.
it, bro. Bro, I respect it. No doubt about it. I respect it. But I don't like him doing it because I like Chop Chop Corley, and I don't. All they do is take one punch. He's an older guy, and I just don't want it to be him. That's all. So
No,
I'm not.
I was
I'm
about
not
to say
saying that's gonna
this.
happen. I'm not. It don't. The kid don't got to be a world beater. It can just be one punch, or accumulation of punches, And then I just. But
But it's some
if that's he
things in
wants to go
life that
out
you
on his
just that
shield,
without it you feel like you're dead punch. And
I,
maybe
I I get
boxing is
it,
that thing
man.
for Chop. He can't live without it.
Well, I'm
but
riding with
let me
Chop
hold on
Chop
one
in this
second.
fight,
Let me
man.
do this. Hey
I'm
Teach, you
riding
still
with
in the
Chop
building?
Chop.
Yeah, I'm
Hey
still
Teach.
here.
Hey Teach, I want your opinion on this, man. I want to hear what you think about a guy fighting into his 50s. What do you think about it, Teach?
I mean, if he's healthy enough to do it, I don't have a problem with it.
Mm,
So I mean, I think it's all good.
okay.
And to D Free's point, I mean, it's not like the other guy's a world beater either. So I
Yeah.
think I think it's gonna be fine.
You just worried, man. I just worry that, he can get hit and,
Yeah. Me
not
too.
wake up, man. It's just it's boxing, man. It's a tough sport, man.
Now
It's a
now if
tough
you
Yeah,
sport.
now if you ask my opinion on Tyson and Jake Paul,
Yeah.
I would say that Tyson shouldn't take that fight, in my opinion.
Right.
Now that's a fight that I would say Tyson that somebody shouldn't take because we know Tyson takes a lot of
Yeah.
punishment. Not to mention he just had that episode on the plane. He
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
need to be getting in no fight.
Yeah.
He don't need to be getting it. Now that's a
No,
person that
no,
you can
I
have
wouldn't.
a problem with them getting in the ring. Like
Now I've
Chop Chop,
got I
Chop Chop
definitely
have a
got a major
No,
problem with
I
that one,
would.
D3. Mike is cashing all the way
No,
out.
Well,
no, I would
I'll ask
just
you
make
this.
sure to
Well, I'll
put
ask you
some
this, Free, because you making a
stipulations,
good
like
point. Let me
make
ask you
sure
this,
it's
Free. But
12-ounce gloves,
Yeah.
headgear, stuff like that. I wouldn't
Well, I
mind
think
Tyson getting in the
the
ring so much
yeah,
if it was
I
like an
don't want to
exhibition
see it
type of
either
well,
thing.
let me.
way.
Well, hold on, y'all. Let me do this. I want to bring Free in on this. I want to ask you this, Free. I'm just saying, are you saying that we wrong as fans to say that we
Jeez.
don't want to see Chop Chop get hurt?
no.
Is that what you
I didn't say
said?
you was wrong at all. No, I didn't say you was wrong at all. I said,
Okay.
but what I said was you said when a guy has to fight well into his 50s, you saying boxing did him wrong. And I said, no, that's not what he said. He didn't say he has to fight until his 50. He said he's fighting because that's what he loves to do. And he's not taking a lot of punishment in doing it. That's what I'm talking about. You saying
I got
boxing did him wrong because he has to fight until he's 50. He didn't say that. He said, I love to do it. My kids don't want me doing it, but this is the only thing that I love to do. I wake up, I dream and sleep and live boxing. That's what he does. He goes to the gym every day. That's what he does. That's what he said. This is what I do. This is all I do. So when you got somebody that loves the sport, it's just like a football player, like Tom Brady. He didn't know when to call it quits. He ended up losing his whole family because he didn't know when to call it quits. It's just some people don't know how to give it up because that's all they love to do.
yeah.
Do
You
you
know,
think?
I'll
Do
tell
you
you
think
this,
that's
man.
a
Even though it
sickness?
ended up being a good thing for Tom Brady, the fact that the man was willing to give up his whole family for football is crazy. I
And the
don't know,
fact that they
man.
were
Hey,
shitty that year, BVO, that was even crazier.
And that's the
So
part
you
that
gave
got
up
me.
your
He kept,
family to lose.
bro. This is when they gave up Dominic. They gave up everybody.
That was
But
crazy.
I'll say this, man. You know what?
my whole thing is I'm trying to
But
figure
in
out
this case,
how,
Hold on, Mark. Let me
how
finish. Go ahead.
lonely. I want to know how lonely is your wife? Do you not spend no time with her? Because if she's saying if you go to work, I'm
What?
leaving. We're not gonna be here no more. Are you not spending no time with your wife and kids?
Probably not.
Because that's
I
literally
think
what
it's
she
the
said. That's literally what she said. She said, "You go to work,
yeah.
we
I
leaving."
think that is it. It's the fact she had to sacrifice so much time while this man was playing football. On top of the
Yeah.
fact she was the breadwinner in that relationship because Brady was taking
I
all them pay
mean, not
cuts.
really. Come on,
So
not
she
really. They both
said
was
she
rich.
made he made a promise to her after the season after the Super Bowl he was supposed to be done, and he
Yeah.
still came back.
Yeah,
She
well,
was
I
done.
ain't gonna say
It was just
she made more money than Tom Brady, but I'm not gonna say she was the breadwinner because Tom had his own money. But she did have more money than Tom. She did have more money than him.
nah. But you don't remember that was a thing that was saying for a lot of years. Oh, Brady is comfortable taking these pay cuts because of his wife.
Hold on. Does Tom Brady have 7 Super Bowls?
He
Yeah,
got 8.
Hey,
yeah. I ain't saying Brady's starving for money. He just got this $500 million contract from Fox. I know he ain't hurt. Well, I'm
No, what I'm
saying
saying is, hold
Giselle
on.
held him up
He
for a long
got
time.
7. This man got 7 Super Bowls. That's
He got 8.
my dude
Yeah.
from
hey,
oh,
No,
what
he
was
got
my
7
dude?
free.
What was my dude that played for the 49ers, then he came to the Cowboys? Charles Haley. It was a big
Charles
deal.
Haley.
It was a big deal that he had what 5. They got a dude walking around here with 7.
Tom Brady got more. Tom Brady got more bowls than any franchise. BVO.
yeah, how about that?
Yeah, well, you got to give some of it to the rest too. They earned some of that.
Oh, you cold, Tom. You cold, Tom.
But
Yeah,
hey, he put the
Hey,
work in though. Hey,
and I
hey,
Tommy, he
better
put the work
mention
in.
hey.
is Pete Carroll for that damn pass on the goal line.
All I know is that motherfucker Tom Brady. He
Hey, hey,
came
hey,
back
hey,
from
hey,
down
don't say the MF
26
word, bro. Bro, dude,
on that
yeah,
last.
bro. No, don't.
My bad, BBO,
Yeah,
my
don't
bad,
say that, bro. Yeah, don't say that.
my bad.
Go ahead.
No, but
But yeah,
that's what
he what came back from 26 nothing. Thomas. He had to go up against the greatest show on turf too.
yeah.
Let a game winning
I saw
drive as a rookie quarterback.
I saw that, man, and you
Yeah,
know, the thing that
that
I
was
could say,
crazy.
only thing I could say to that man is that yeah, his performance was great, but they ran all over the Patriots in the first half. They ran the ball 6 times in the whole second half, and they had to lead. What the fudge was going on there? That's all I gotta say. Like that
Well,
No, that's
reminded
on
me of
Kyle
Washington.
Shanahan.
that was Kyle Shanahan, man.
Yeah,
And
that's what
that
I'm
stuff
thinking.
is
Like,
going to live with Kyle Shanahan's legacy. Because you look at this last Super Bowl and the Super Bowl before that he had with the 49ers against the Chiefs. They were up in the fourth quarter, then they lose. Same thing with this last one. That's going to be his legacy if he don't win one.
yeah, yeah, that was
Now
tough,
he's a
man.
choke artist.
I can't hate on. I don't hate on Tom no way
Now
because
you would think that Kyle Shanahan would run the ball more, being though his father is Mike. That's his philosophy: run the ball.
Yeah,
You would think he
they
would run the
were
ball
it's
more.
amazing.
all down their throats, man. They couldn't stop them, and they
I
stopped.
mean, I'll say this, man. At the end of the day, when we you know what, I'm gonna give you guys something that I've learned. You gotta really understand that no matter how much money you make, how much accolades you get, if you don't have your family, man, you don't have
Right.
nothing. And to be honest with you, man, Tom Brady failed in one of the most important things in life, and that's having a family. Sometimes people like to make this joke, oh, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. But you know what? It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to make a marriage work, to be there for your children. Nothing's perfect. Everybody has issues, whether it's Big Mama, Big Daddy, they all had issues. But the thing that made them great, they was able to come together in love and be able to sustain the family. I mean, the reason we have such rampant divorce, single parent homes, mother, father, is because no one wants to do the work. No one wants to take those hard conversations. Tom Brady should have set his goofy behind down. None of them records mean nothing. Yeah, your wife end up messing with somebody else and it went another way, but dog, before that happened, when you made that decision to play football again, you knew that was wrong. When you make promises to your significant other, man, I don't care who you are, man, woman, child, you need to make sure that you honor those. And if you don't, you have to live with those consequences, man. And that's just BVO. That's all I got to say about that. You cannot make, you cannot make those kind of promises and not keep them, man. It don't
Man,
work like that.
Hey,
hey,
maybe he tried to be a family man, but the family man is just not him. Some guys just don't like being
Yeah.
locked down. They like being single. They like to be able to move and go as they please. Maybe he
you
tried
know,
it. He just said, you know
Not
what,
only
I'm gonna
that,
try it,
to be a
and it didn't work for him.
but
not
I'm
only
glad.
that, D Free, to be successful at anything, but especially at something at that level, I think you have to have a little bit of not even a little bit, you have to have a lot of selfishness in you. Because you have to prioritize your time with what you're doing. So, no, I can't spend too much time with my sons throwing football. I got to sit down and watch film every week and every day before Sunday. And I'm sure that was the same shit with MJ when it came to training.
Yo, shout out to my brother Bentley up in the Chizat over there making it, holding it down. Hey, check this out, BBR. I'm glad you said that, man.
Bentley.
So what you're saying is that you can't be penalized nor looked down upon for spending quality time with your family, especially on certain days, like special days, right?
Any day that you say you're gonna spend time.
Okay, so like say for instance there's something scheduled, but you know, you got a special day set up by your significant other, and she like booked everything, made sure that the reservation was right, man. And you know, you forgot about it. You had made another engagement, but
Hmm.
then she reminded you that engagement took place. Would that be somebody ducking out on that other engagement that they forgot about?
Um, I'll say this. It's you know what, man. I'm gonna just tell you something that I've been learning. Um, I've been reading I've been back reading a lot again. And one of the things I'm understanding, like I'm reading this book right now. It talks about, basically 100 years ago, what people were doing 100 years ago. And the overwhelming thing that we missing, I would say, the society is the understanding that nothing usually trumps true family interaction. When you got a healthy spouse, a healthy, healthy children, one of the greatest things that you can do is spend time and invest that time into them. And I'm just telling you, and I'm not trying to cast aspersions or say something wrong about Tom Brady. Hold on, everybody. Hey, when we talk, everybody mute up. Everybody mute up. Whenever we talk, everybody mute up, please. I'm hearing way too much background. But we just gotta really make sure that when you tell somebody something, Thomas, you gotta honor that, bro. It's not always easy to do. It's a thankless job. But one thing I'm trying to do, I read this recently. I'm trying to do things now as a favor to my future self. Like I had to do some yard cleanup. I didn't want to do look up all them logs that fell from that tree, but I did it. And I felt good because today I got to enjoy myself. You know what I'm saying? But go
Uh,
ahead.
well, I'm glad you said that, man. You said that family time, quality family time trumps all, man. Because my good brother, Cash Sports, was labeled a duck by a certain someone who was talking about quality time and the importance of a family by spending time with his family. And I just wanted to make sure we got that in the air, bro. So
Oh no,
yeah,
we get that. We get that. We having some fun.
that heartfelt apology that you just gave us and that heartfelt answer that you provided. I love that answer, bro. That was a great answer, by the way.
Hey, it's so funny. Y'all see how Thomas Hill did that? You wrong, brother. At the end of the day, what I said is very simple. What I said is very simple, man. Cash Sports he did the Loma to me. That's different. But when you make engagements, though, all jokes aside, Cash is my brother. I just having some fun with him. But you really got it. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, there's nothing more important when you in your house. Those people in your home. There's not a person on the planet more important than those people that you live with. Because I'm trying to tell you, man, the line of people that'll do something for you, look out for you, take care of you, is very, very small. And never forget that. And that's from your boy
Yeah,
BBO,
I
the
mean
Asiatic black man sent by God.
that's true,
And you know where
BBO. But
everybody's
it
going?
gotta it gotta be for that person. But what, like I said, if you're not that type of individual, you can't beat him up for that. Long as he taking care of his kids, if he say, you know what, the married life is not for me. I know I had kids. I'm gonna take care of my responsibility, and I'm gonna take care of my kids, and I'm gonna spend time with my kids. But it does. I mean, some people are just not meant to be married. That's not for them.
AKA
Some people just not.
prize.
That's a fact.
I'm not
That's a fact, Free.
marrying. I ain't
Hold on, hold on,
marrying
hold on,
none
hold
of
on,
them.
hold on, y'all, hold on. When someone's talking, man, please respect that. Mute up when people talking, man, because we want to have a clean show. I'm trying to tell you some big things coming up for us. So when y'all hear somebody talking, man, mute up and let the man finish and then come on. If I come in and out as a host, that's different. But please mute up
Nigga, mute
and
up.
yeah, mute up until the person get done. But go ahead, Free. Go ahead, Free.
No, I was just saying some individuals, they're not meant to be a Murray type individual. And that's not just men. Women is that way
That's a
too.
fact.
Some women don't is not a wife type of woman. She likes to be single. She likes to be able to have her own freedom, don't have to answer to nobody. Some men are like that, some women are like that. But if they have responsibility and they tried it and
Uh-huh.
children came out of that situation, as long as they take care of those kids,
Hmm.
that's all that mattered, because the kids didn't ask to be here. The man and the wife can go their separate ways if they choose to, but the kids didn't ask to be here. So as long as they take care of the kids and they spend time with those kids, then I'm cool with that. If he didn't want to be a husband anymore and he chose the job over having a family, as long as you take care of those kids, I'm cool with it.
I don't know if anybody else got something on that. Go ahead. Anybody want to got something on that? Go ahead.
Yeah,
You've
I'm
been
one of
quiet,
them.
prior. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was quiet because I was just listening. I'm one of them that I don't know, man, because I can do it, but it got to be the right one. You feel me? Like other than that, I'm doing me. Point blank. Period. You know what I mean? Women be running around this. See, this is another conversation. I don't know if they're ready for BBO. Women can run around here and act like, oh, I'm this and I'm that. I'm this and I'm that. But don't let them get it twisted for 1 minute. I'm this and I'm that too, shorty. So the way men react to you and be like, oh my God, when you touch down, I get the same kind of reaction if I pull up on a shorty, more than likely. You know what I mean? The first thing I check for is the ring. If they got the ring, then I'm super respectful. I'm still going to speak and make them smile. But other than that, I don't know. Like, I take care of my kids. You know what I mean? They already know what time it is. When I come around, it is what it is. And I got my big daughter a lot. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know what to do. And until the right one come, man, it's so easy. When I go out to Longhorns, my bill is cheap. Feel me? I can have 2 drinks, steak, all that. Eat like a king. I ride. I take my daughter with me. You know what I'm saying? We slide a lot. You know what I mean? So, like Free said, as long as you're taking care of them kids, it's cool. And it is what it is. And that's exactly what I'm doing right down in North Carolina right now. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I got my family, I protected them, and I'm doing what the next leader of the pack supposed to do of this family, of my family. You feel me? So, I agree with D Free. As long as you take care of them children, that's all that matters. And that's exactly what I do with my daughters. It's no argument. It's in stone already.
Things to make them smile. What numbers to dial?
Mhm.
Hey, you know the funny thing about it, man, is one thing I will say is that I don't know, man. I feel like Tom Brady kind of played himself because no matter how it go, man, no matter how much money you got, it's lonely out here, man. What my uncle used to say, it's cold, baby. It's cold out here, man. And it is. It's a cold world,
Hey,
man.
I'm
It's a cold world.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
tell
Same
you a
here,
I'm gonna tell
George.
you a cold individual. Tom is not a cold individual. I'm gonna tell you a cold individual.
Cool.
That dude named Ryan. That man divorced his wife while she was having the baby.
That's
That's a
crazy.
Oh yeah.
cold
Oh
individual.
yeah.
That was
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
That
the
was
nigga
crazy.
announced it an hour after the baby came out. He
Oh
is a
man.
sick individual.
Man.
Golly.
You know the funny
That's the
thing
type of
is,
dude that got no feeling in his body.
I'm gonna ask you guys this, and I'm gonna have everybody go one at a time. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start with Teach. Teach, let me ask you this, brother. When it comes to money, what would you rather have, money or family? Teach, go ahead.
Um, uh, man, that's a tough question, but I prefer family. Because I mean, you can't get that nowhere else, right? You could always gain money you could always get money,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, family is just irreplaceable. You need family. So, I mean, short answer, yeah. But
Ah,
hey
that's a great
guys,
answer.
yeah, hey guys, I'm gonna hop off.
my
So
man.
you
Appreciate you,
guys
Appreciate you
bro.
have this.
coming through, man.
I just
Appreciate you.
want to
No,
end
but
it.
T
Yeah, I just want to end it with this. Just like just to bring it back to boxing. And just like Price was, saying, Zoo was a hype job earlier, at least he came to an understanding at the end. And just with this whole boxing community, man, like everybody wants to agree to disagree. Nobody wants to agree with anything. And this is just toxic for the whole community. So at least in the end, he came to an understanding that, Tim Zoo's, he's the guy. All right.
He
So
cool. He
yeah,
just cool. He just cool to me.
that's how I want to
Yeah.
end.
yeah.
Hey,
I
man,
was
Salute,
reading a
my bro. Love
comment.
you,
I was
man.
reading a comment, and I
But
got a
Teach.
little excited off the comment. I wouldn't really deep down inside. I know he's not a hype job, but he's just
Nah,
okay.
but
He's not. I never was really big on him, and he got cooked,
yeah.
and it
So
is
I
what it
asked you,
is.
hey, you still there?
Well,
yeah, he's just about to address T.
Yeah, I'm living the thug life.
Oh. Hey, let me ask you this, man. What would you rather have, money or family?
Fucking depends on the day.
We
It
must got
depends on. I'm
gangster
gonna keep it
ammo here
honest with you. Like,
today.
That's
be
a
real
great
with you,
answer.
bro. Like all that. I just absolutely love my all that shit is bullshit, bro. It is. It really just depends on the day, because there's some days where it's like, man, I'm so fortunate to have y'all. Then there's other days where it's like, damn, I really wish I could just spend my money however I want to spend it and just be spendthrift, just be, spend it on frivolous things and not have to be concerned with,
Yeah.
how my choices affect somebody else.
I feel you, but I spend money like that, and I wouldn't trade none of the materials or the vacations or any of the stuff, investments, any of the stuff that I bought for my parents or my grandparents. I don't give a F about no money. I will burn every dollar that I have to keep my parents here. I would rather, bro. I don't want to say that, but I don't really care about that, because when you got the money, it's cool. You know what I mean? And it's great, and you can go do things, and you can be comfortable, and like you said. But I'd rather have my parents and my grandparents and my sister and the kids and all that.
But
The
that's what I
family.
say. It depends on the day.
Nah,
It
Yeah,
that's
true
depends
facts.
on
that.
the day.
True
Every
that.
day, I
The
don't
day
always
that every
feel.
day I don't see every day I wake up.
Every moment,
I'm
I
not
don't always
concerned
feel the same.
about money. Every day I wake up, I'm not concerned about it like that.
And
Like
that's what I'm
people
saying.
panic about it.
Hold on 1 second, Fry.
I
Let
just
that cook real quick.
no. I was
Every
just
moment
responding
isn't the
to.
same. Just
I was
from
just
moment to
responding.
moment, from breath to breath, like thought to thought. To keep it real with you, like, I had a discussion with my uncle that almost turned into an argument about legacy.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, the legacy, the legacy, the legacy. It's like, yo, when I'm somewhere, my physical being is somewhere, and there's fucking worms crawling out of my what used to be my eyes.
Yeah.
None of that shit is not gonna matter to me, to be honest with you. Um, there's some days where I'm just like, yo, I'm head over heels about my wife, and then there's other days where it's like, damn, these bitches is fine out here. What's up? Now the only thing that
Real
keeps me from
rap.
following through on the what's up is the promises that I've made, not to her, but to myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that's most important. And that's something that took me a long while to really, really establish for myself, is what I think is most important, because there's been times in my life where other people have thought the world of me and I was in the dumps. I was in the rut. I didn't feel too good about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you got people speaking positive things and speaking life to me. And I'm like, yo, this shit does not match up with how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing that's most important. It's not the commitments that you make to other people, but the commitment that you make to yourself. Decide on what type of person you want to be and being comfortable with that decision. Now, if you're somebody where, uh, you're not as altruistic and you want to be more selfish and it's about you, then by
Uh-huh.
all means, rock out and don't let nobody guilt you into feeling some type of way about that shit.
Mm,
Don't let nobody
that's
guilt
deep.
you into feeling no type of way about that. If that's how you choose to be, then that's how you choose to be. Just make sure that your vision for yourself and your actions are congruent with that. Now, if you say to yourself, I want to be a family man and so on and so forth, then it's not even about even your family's feelings. Because you
Yeah.
got to be able to look
Major
yourself in the
bed up.
mirror and say, I'm doing everything that I possibly can to live up to the standard that I set for myself. Because when it all comes down to it, all of this stuff is a social reality. None of this shit is real for real. We got our physiological needs, like when you're hungry, you need to fucking eat. When you're tired, you need to sleep. And as a matter of fact, just to be able to recuperate and to regenerate and replenish yourself, like there's just certain things that we need to do in order to maintenance ourselves to make sure that our physical bodies are up to snuff. You know what I mean? That we're up to par. But outside of this, all of this shit is made up. Even the language that we speak in is made up.
Yeah.
We can call this whatever the hell we want to call it, and who's to tell us that we're wrong? If everything collapsed today, if there was no money, if there were no jobs, the
Uh-huh.
fact of the matter is that there are certain things that we would still have to comply with. One being gravity. There's nothing we could fucking do about that. And even so, it's like, who's to say that it's called gravity?
Right.
When we're hungry, we need to eat. When we're thirsty, we need to drink. When we need to rid ourselves of certain waste, we need to excrete it, whether it's pissing it out, taking the shit, whatever it is. There's certain things that we just can't get away from. But all this other stuff, like marriage and so on and so forth, when we keeping it real, man, having sex is really just a matter of furthering our genes.
Mhm.
All this other stuff is
Yeah.
extra stuff that we created and we adhere to. But that's but like I said, man, it depends on the day. Some days you ask me and it's like yeah, I would love to have this and that and have just spoils and excess at my disposal so I can do whatever the hell I want to do. And then there's other days where I'll give you an example. My daughter, she won an award for her character.
Nice.
And that meant a whole lot to me, more so
Yeah.
than anything else. It's like, yeah, being on the honor roll is cool. Being on the dean's list is cool. But to have people feel like, yo, your character is so exemplary that when we're around you, we feel inspired. Like, I'm like, damn, I want to be like you. And I'm the parent. You know what I'm saying?
For
I'm the
sure.
parent. It should be the other way. I should be your role model. But I'm looking at you like, damn, like, people really feel that way about you. That it's not about
That's
how
amazing,
smart you
man.
are. It's not about this, that, and the third. But yo, you just got so much character that shit just exudes. It just pours out of you. That other people want to not only be around you, but they want to be like you too. And they want to do positive things. I'm like, yo, that's where it's at. And then there's other days where it's like, yo, it doesn't even really matter whether I'm good or I'm bad. The other night I spent my night reading about the thieves next to Jesus, the impenitent thief and the penitent thief,
Yeah.
and Jesus himself. You got one guy who was a thief, but he was so selfish. Just it was like, yo, if you really the Son of God, perform a miracle and get us off this damn cross. Then you got the other guy who was like, damn, you know what? I deserve to be up here. You and I, we both deserve to be up here because we're fucking criminals. But this other guy, he's pure in heart and he's good in nature. He don't deserve to be up here. But you know what? He was still up there anyway. So it's like whether you good, bad, or in between, sometimes you just don't got no control over how things go. You don't even have control over how people perceive you. What do people always say whenever they're met with criticism? Well, hey, they even talked about Jesus. So it's like whether you good, bad, or in between, people still gonna talk about you if they want to. People still gonna perceive you a certain way based on whatever their upbringing is, their conditioning. Some people don't like people because they smart. Like, look at this uppity ass motherfucker. They think they better than everybody. Some people don't like other people because they've been prosperous. Look at this motherfucker. He got this, that, and the third. He think he better than everybody. So it's like it don't even really matter. And then, like I said before, how long are we really going to be remembered for real, for real? Like, I don't know the name of my great great grandfather. I really don't. I don't know the name of my great great grandmother. And that's not to say that they're not of importance, because if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't be here talking to y'all right now, because the
Yeah.
lineage passed
God
through.
damn, man.
But
And
I
you
don't know
are a
who the fuck
deep
they
dude.
are.
That's deep though. See, because they're different. It's different how people is. Because see, I know
Nah,
my
cause
great grandmother. I met my
he's
grandmother. I've been
going
around my
level
great
by
grandmother
level.
before. That's deep though.
No,
Some
I
people
prize.
know
don't
my
He's
get it.
great
going
great,
level by level through the human experience and
That's
breaking each
crazy.
level down
but that's what I'm saying.
eloquently.
Some point in time, my kids, God willing, they have kids and they further on the lineage, and then they have kids and they have kids. They're not gonna know who the fuck I am, and they're not gonna be like, well, you know what, my great great granddaddy was over here talking to D Free, Prize, and
Yeah, I feel
BVO
you.
and Crush, and they was doing some revolutionary shit on YouTube. He was the man back in his day on YouTube.
See, I
It's not
care
gonna
about
matter
that
to them.
though,
They
and
just
though
gonna
I
be
want
caught
my
up.
kids to be like, y'all remember my great granddaddy when they remember Prize. I want them to be like, yo, he set me up nice. He left me this, that, and I'm here today because of this. I want my legacy to be. I don't know. I'm different.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
you could
I'm
want it to
Tell
be
you,
that,
man,
but
I'm gonna
some
tell you
point in
like
time,
I'm
you just gonna fade away like anybody else. You know what it's like, bro? It's like building damn sandcastles. Somebody might come by and admire it, but eventually a
Come on,
wave is
cuss.
gonna come by and wash that bitch up off the shore, and you just got to be okay with that.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Prize. your great grandkids or great grandkids will only say that if somebody tell them that. If your kids or your grandkids doesn't tell them that their great grandfather or their great grandfather is the reason why y'all are well off, they ain't gonna know. They just gonna know that their parents got money. They ain't gonna know
That's
it
it.
came from their great grandfather.
Yep.
They just gonna know that they got money.
Well, my kids are gonna know
Yeah.
where everything
Unless
came
they take
from.
the
I'm
time to
gonna
actually
teach my
research
kids.
or
Yeah,
care
I'm
enough.
gonna teach my daughters.
your kids.
My daughters are
Yeah.
young. I'm gonna teach them about history and where they came from and how we got here and how we got to keep it going.
No, I'm not
Because
saying
of course, that's the
you're
only
not.
way to let through, bro.
Your kids would definitely know, but it doesn't mean that that is a guarantee that they're gonna
No,
tell
you're
their
right about
kids
that,
that.
D3. 100% right about that. It's not
Somewhere
against because the
along the line,
grandkids are coming and
somebody's
mess it
going
up, but that's what I
somebody's
just
going
hope
to
for.
fumble the baton of lineage,
Trying to
and
speak it
then
into
just
existence.
we just get forgotten about, man, and we're just grains of fucking sand in the hourglass of time.
Cause this,
Nah, but I think
yeah,
it's
you
just what
even
it's
if
stuff
your
about my
children
people
great.
don't
who
talk about you
remember us once
directly, I think
at some point
you
in time.
ingrain certain things in them that they pass on. So there's that way that you could keep it. You could say your legacy is still there, even if they don't necessarily talk about you.
But like let's say if when it's
The
all said
only
and done, we just fade to black.
the only legacy that anybody really has is their seeds that they plant. If you have a child and that child grows up and has their own child, that's the only legacy that you really leave behind. All that money and stuff,
Yeah.
they can blow that money and that money goes and get wasted.
Yep.
You ain't leave anything behind. You left it behind for them, but they didn't leave it behind for nobody else.
People fumble
people out
people
here
fumble the
that
bag
had
all the time, bro.
I'm about to say there's people out here that had money left to them and they blew it, but it was money that was left for them. And I ain't talking about no couple of $100, couple of thousand. I'm talking about millions of dollars, and they blew through it. There's a lot of people that done it.
Yep.
They blew through it.
You
So
look at the
the only legacy
Sears
that you
family.
actually leave behind is your kids, the kids that you bring into this world, and if they have kids, the kids that they bring into the world. The last name, that's the only legacy that you leave behind. Your last name.
I'm gonna say this. This
And
might
then
not be true for everybody.
if you don't have no sons, that last name might disappear. If you got all daughters, that last name might disappear if they don't plan on keeping their last name.
In my humble opinion, man, y'all can say I'm wrong on this, but to me, only what you do for Christ will last. That's just my thing. Whatever you do for God, whatever you call Him, I'll call mine Jesus Christ. Bro, only what you do for God will last. Everything else is fleeting, man. Most
definitely.
What did Solomon say? Vanity, vanity. That's what it's vanity. It sounds real good to say they gonna remember you, but how many people remember their great grandfather? Not me.
And BBO, what does it say in the Bible? Man and woman was put on this earth to lay together and produce a family. That's what it says in the Bible. That's what we was here
Make your
for.
descendants
Man
as
and woman was
numerous
here.
as the stars in the sky.
Right.
Well, we still talk about
You was
my
supposed
great
to
grandmother. She was the
produce
first
a
carnival
family.
queen down here.
Create your own nation by having a family. You create your own nation.
Now it's beautiful, but
Go ahead, Mark.
here it is, man. Unfortunately, even the people who remember us and reminisce at some point in time, they ass gonna die too. And we just better just hope. We better hope that somebody talks about them, and when they talk about them somehow, some way, maybe the positive things that they did were a reflection of the influence that we had on their lives. Like on some Shambuism type shit. Like when people pass in their culture, the practice is to take on those traits that they had and exhibit those things in your own life. And by proxy, we may not be recognized by name, but we can be recognized by proxy. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yep.
This person was an awesome person, and they were altruistic and sharing, caring, giving, generous, all that stuff. And I learned that from them. And even if it's not said, even if it's not spoken, but it's a very sobering thing to think about sometimes. It's a very sobering thing to think about. But by the same token, I feel like it's also very liberating. It can be very liberating when you just say, like, you know what? I don't know if I got another shot at this. I gotta just do my thug thizzle, man, and just enjoy myself while I'm here. Not take too much stock in, how I look and how I'm perceived and whatever negative things that you can tell yourself that are gonna hold you back, and just, hey, I just gotta just go for it.
Hey, hey,
Because
hey,
nobody's
BVO,
gonna
you want me?
remember this shit
I'm
anyway.
gonna tell you something. Hey, BVO, I'm gonna tell you something. That question that you asked is somewhat of a trick question, because a family and money goes hand in hand. Because if you don't have no money, I guarantee you, your family ain't gonna be there. Your family ain't gonna be there. The first time, most of the arguments that man and wife get in arguments is over money. These bills got to get paid. Where's the money coming from? Those are most of the arguments that goes on in families' household. It's over money because they got bills, and those bills got to be paid. Which bills need to be paid first? Do we got enough money to take care of this? Do we got enough money to take care of that? So it's kind of a trick question, because of course most people would say I choose my family over money, but at the same token you need money in order to raise that family.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing I'm saying is, and you really, that was you went to the bottom of the ocean on that, dog. I would just say it is kind of funny. Whatever we do, we're gonna be just come grains of sand too.
Yeah,
It's
so
that
the
simple.
main thing is, while you here, before you get to that point, you just got to decide how you want to live your life. And so long as you're not infringing upon anybody else,
Yeah.
so long as you're not infringing upon anybody else. There's
Hey,
a book I'm listening to right now, this book by C.S. Lewis, man. And
yeah,
he was even talking about how wickedness is actually the pursuit of something good, but just in the wrong way.
yeah.
Because, like, power is not bad. Money is not bad.
Salute Melanie Quinn.
All of these things that we've been told are the root to all evil, these things are not bad things. Like, it's not bad to want to be powerful. It's not bad to want to be rich and affluent. Like, these things are not bad.
Salute to my brother D for the win.
Just how you go about it. You feel me? Like, even having sexual urges are
Yeah.
not bad, because as the brother D Free said, man, we put here to procreate. We found a way to turn it into some other shit, like we do, man. We turned damn near everything into industry as human beings.
Hmm.
Like, shit, we got people selling air. Like, could you imagine that? Like, thousands of years ago, they probably couldn't fathom that somebody would be able to put air in a can and sell it. Water, that's just air. We can't even explain how it got here.
That's the funny thing you just said. I was reading about the American Indians, and when they sold Manhattan, when those people gave them money for the
Oh, the FBI yanked my guy BVO, man.
Yeah, he was speaking the facts.
BVO dropped off.
I think inadvertently. I don't think he meant to.
Oh,
Yeah, and you're a real philosophical dude, man.
Yeah, for sure. So
That ain't even me, man. That's the Fosters. I had a bear
y'all about
tonight.
to leave
I
out?
had like a pint of beer and
don't
shit.
dip out just yet. Keep on it, man. I knew it was the bear that was talking, but it
Like I'm high.
I
I'm
was
high.
rambling. You
I'm
know what they
high as
say
hell
about
listening to you.
the drunk whatever, and the sober minds and all this, or whatever, drunk mind, sober tongue, however the hell you supposed to phrase it. But
I like to add on to a lot of stuff that I heard though, man, because a lot of it is pointed. I mean, like you said, everything is fleeting. However, the things that you do to build the block so that it can stay and have a lasting impact is ultimately what you want to put your time to, even if it's to build wealth and to sustain it and to put measures up. The same thing you build wealth in your family. True wealth to me is the love of self, the love of God, the love of family. You know, and I think that when you combine all of those together and they're working harmoniously, then they will lead to success in some form or fashion. That being stated, we find success in just the statements that we heard today. You said that you took pride in the fact that your daughter was acknowledged for the character that she displays and exhibits on a daily basis. Children are truly the reflection of their parents. So you might get a reflection cast upon that might equate to what you just revealed to us. You might get one that reflects it differently, but it's because they see what they see in you. And some gravitate to certain portions of you, and others will gravitate to other portions of you. So therefore, it will cast a different but reflection per kid. Because I've grown up with households that, oh man, my bad, I didn't mean to get you like that, dog. She exhaling on me like waiting to exhale, baby. What's up? But to continue the thought though, if you do have time, like say for instance, back in the day, there was a time for people as a family to gather and eat at the table together. And in that time, they would talk about what went on through their days and how they transpired throughout the week and what they had planned and did they get things together and line up to go along with the plans that they made. And then fast food became more and more convenient for us because of the way the economy went. So it took more and more of that time away from us. But back then, people used to build more for their family and cater to making sure that they spent the quality time with their family. Nowadays, you got to spend time quality with presuming the means to take care of your family. So it goes hand in hand, as you say. So one day it may fluctuate because what may matter more to me at this time is making sure that I can take care and provide for my family. But ultimately, it's so that you can be able to be something viable for your family. And it might be that you need more income coming in. Might need you to be able to budget and spend your money more wisely. So yeah, it is kind of a trick because of the way that society has taken things and propelled it forward. But I mean, it's also the love of family because like the love of riches is what ultimately takes you down a path that may have you do anything to secure the bag. And that's one thing that you never want to do. You don't want to get to the point where you'll do anything to secure the bag because that means you will turn on
Do,
them.
do anything.
Yeah, you would. You definitely. There's nothing that is beyond your scope that you will actually go to make sure that you secure it. I mean, case in point, that dang snowfall. It shows how somebody had great intentions in the beginning, speaking to what Ant was just saying, and then the way that it came about and the amount of success that it brought helped to dim him to the point that hey, you're in the process. I'm over here doing people dirty. Like people are really out here looking bad. So I mean, you can't have true success with your family if you're not willing to sacrifice. But likewise, if you are sacrificing for your family has to understand the importance of sacrifice and what it means for each and every single person involved in the family and what they in turn must value and respect. So it's a deep concept all the way around, man. Because honestly, your family is supposed to be there when times is hard. They're not supposed to turn their back on you, but you got to be true to yourself as well. So one thing you have to always be to thy own self, be true. So now, if you're not a person that's big on family, then why try to perpetuate a family life when that's never going to be where your whole commitment will belong to?
Yeah.
I believe it's what you said before, T Hill. Feelings change, ideals change. Uh, Also, there's a lot of social pressure on people. You know, day in, day out, folks are being told that something must be wrong.
Absolutely.
I think the hardest thing in life is to come to the conclusion that you don't know as much as you thought you knew. And even somebody like myself, who's read a lot of stuff, I'm still feel like I can get better each and every day. And people might laugh and say this, but your boy BVO went to counseling, and it's kind of helped me understand that, you know what, you got to put the work in, and then you can make a comment. You can't just make the comments and not put the work in. So at least for me, I'm understanding how important it is to put that work in on the family side, and you know that way I can live with the results, man. Because telling you, man, I didn't put money and a lot of stuff ahead of family way too much, and I'm just saying I want to stop that. And I thank God for some of the things I've been able to do, but you ain't got nothing if you ain't got that family, dog. And that's just my humble opinion, man.
It's a
But I
fact.
do I do get what people saying, but I just know that, man, what really matters is those people right next to you. That's what really matters. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
think people in general, man, people in general are actually what matters, and connectivity. That's what's important. Connectivity. It just so happens that more often than not, we connect with those who are in close proximity, but that's not always the case. You know, I know some people. A old neighbor of mine, old friend of mine, didn't have a strong relationship with his mother.
uh-huh.
And I remember as a kid, I didn't understand. I'm like, why the hell he call his mother Kathy? I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
Why is he calling this lady Kathy? But then, later on, I understood
yeah,
that there was a rift between them because of her own projections that she had placed on him. So it's not a given. Even with my children, I know some people, they say all the things that you're supposed to say when you have kids. Like, oh, I was just so in love and yada, 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 yada.
yeah,
That wasn't the case for me. I felt indebted to my children. I had a responsibility to my children. I was obligated to take care of them because they didn't ask to be here. But I just didn't have that overwhelming feeling like, oh my God, look, it's little me, yada, yada, yada. Now, as time passed, and they started to come into their own and cultivate their personalities, and we went from the stage of just building up a rapport to actually becoming close. Things have
yeah,
changed over the years, but initially it was just like, I'm just responsible for you.
yeah,
Yeah, you cute and all that shit, but I'm responsible for you.
yeah.
So do you
Now
not?
it's different. What's that, T Hill?
I was gonna say, do you not think that that also is a part of like human nature, like having reservations about being responsible for someone that didn't ask to be here, but that you brought into this world, and how it puts the pressure on you? So like it doesn't allow for you to at first feel that way, but as you go through the process and then you see that you can make it through and actually be someone that is responsible and can take care of them, you start to then release some of those anxieties and those inhibitions, and then you can be able to have a different scope of how you view them and how you relate to them. Because I know
I
like,
didn't I didn't necessarily have any reservations though. I didn't have any reservations. I didn't have any inhibitions. It was just it was just neutral. It was just neutral in terms of how I felt about them. Like how I thought about them and how I felt about them were two totally different things.
I got you.
When they came out, I wasn't just absolutely just head over heels about them. Just like I thought about them, like, wow, they're actually here. After 9 months of talking to the stomach and all this other stuff, it's like, wow, there's actually a person here. That part of it was pretty pretty mind blowing. It's like, God damn, like this is something that I took part in creating. But it wasn't just like I said, it wasn't just overwhelming feeling like, oh, I just love you so much and you're like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It's like, well, you're actually here and I have to take care of you one way or another. And I don't think that is human nature. Personally, I don't believe that it's human nature to not want to do so. I think it's conditioning and so on and so forth that makes people have those reservations and have those inhibitions and those anxieties and fears and all that other stuff. I think that that's conditioning that does that. By nature, I believe that we're nurturers by nature, even men. You just look at just the way things are designed, like here on Earth, when it comes to the plants and the animals and so on. Like it's clear that we were here to take care of them and preside over them and just overlook things. You know what I mean? Like operate as an overseer, like in its truest sense.
I hear what you're
I
saying.
gotta make sure, like, yo, okay, now we got these plants over here that are producing fruit. All right, we gotta harvest that. We got these animals over here. We gotta monitor them and so on and so forth. Make sure everything is on the up and up with them. Like I feel like we're shepherds, we're gardeners, we're sharecroppers, we're all of those things by nature. We're providers, we're
Well, I want
protectors.
to
Like
say
we're all of those
sharecropper
things
though.
by nature.
That's rough.
Yeah,
That's
no
rough.
doubt. I was speaking more so to like the way people respond. Like it's like a social construct that has been broken down to like type A, type B, type C, and then also there's subtypes within that they now have a social construct to say, well, the
Hmm.
person's brain is wired this way, so this is the kind of reaction that they're going to be. Some people are more like um, active, some people are more emotional, some are more sensually based, and things like that. So, and some people are more like nurturing based, so that their instant reaction will be
Mhm.
this instant reaction will be that, this instant reaction will be that. But then as the court process of time goes through and then you go through the parenting, that you start to really let some of those things that your normal reaction would be, they start to subside. And then the true full appreciation of what they really truly are then develops and blossoms a little bit more. That's what I was meaning by the nature part of it.
No, I got you. I got you. But again, it's like all that type A, type B, type C. This is just my personal opinion. I think all of that stuff is a byproduct of conditioning and programming. Conditioning and programming. Yeah, there's some things that are innate to where you might take to something a little bit more than the next person, or maybe not as much. But I still feel like all of this stuff is learned behavior. We see things, we emulate things, and then we figure out like, okay, this is what's acceptable within this context. I don't think that people just inherently just like this one thing or this other thing. Like
I
you
tell
just
you,
said, it's something that progresses. You might
I
have
say that
you might be predisposed to certain things, but yeah, it progresses through conditioning.
I'll just say that I'll say this though. I think the hardest thing is like for me, when I lost my grandmother, I lost a mother, and I just remember how she was. And I think the thing that kind of disappoints me is that I can honestly say I'm nowhere near as loving and caring as she once was. And when you think about that and you come to that conclusion as a person to say, dang, I really don't have that greatness that they had. And it just, I don't know about y'all, but man, that bothers me sometimes when you realize that that you're not on that same level as they were. To me, it's very sobering to know that. You know
That's
what
a
I'm
matter
saying?
of practice and consistency, man. That's what that comes down to, practice and consistency. Because people who are great at things, they're not just doing things whenever they feel spurred by the moment or where they feel inspired to. It's even when I don't feel like being polite, I'm still going to be polite. Even when
Yeah.
I don't want to overlook somebody's imperfection, I'm going to overlook somebody's imperfection. Even when I don't feel like giving grace, you know what? That's what I'm going
Mhm.
to do. I'm going to give grace.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. And most of us, myself included, we're not willing to take things to that extent and be that consistent. We just not. We just not. And we move on a whim. It's like, yo, if I'm a little bit cranky, then I'm a slip. I'm not gonna be as considerate as I can be, and I'm gonna just blame it on me being cranky. Or I'm gonna blame it on me being hungry. Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame it on the fact that I didn't get a good night's rest, so I'm a little bit sleepy. So now I'm gonna be crunchy and curmudgeon. It's like, yo, the people like your grandmother, those are people who, regardless of whatever their personal experience is, they're gonna be consistent through and through. And that's something that just takes practice. Because I used to think that, man, I didn't have the patience for this, or I don't have the patience for that. But then when I really started to reflect, and I said, well, shit, I got the patience to do this one particular task. Like if I got the patience to sit down in front of my NPC and learn how to use that without a manual,
Hmm.
then surely I got the patience to sit down and do calculus or do something else.
Yeah.
It's the same patience. I just got to be willing to apply it.
You know
And
what? You
I feel
really
the same
saying a
as with
lot.
people.
I never thought of that because I think sometimes, in life you can be so short sighted at times that you don't even think about it. But dang, you really dropped a jewel on that, brother. Respect to you on that, cause
It's the same patience, bro. It's the same, like, yo, and I told you this other day. The same way you're willing to open up your platform is the same way you can give somebody $1. It's the same way you can help your elderly neighbor carry their groceries in the house.
mhm.
It's the same way, you could shovel up the snow for somebody, or pick up the leaves, or somebody in your family, they may need help with their children. Go pick up your nieces and nephews and hold them down for a weekend. Or if it's one of those nights where your lady typically does the cooking, but you already know she's gonna be exhausted because she was busy as hell that day. It's like, yo, let me handle dinner today.
Mhm. Yeah, that
It's all the same thing. It's just a matter of, just following through and just practice. Practice.
it.
Application, and making sure you're thorough with it.
Let me ask you this, Tommy. When you talk about being thorough with it, I know one thing. When you a likable person like you, how do you deal when you get that unnecessary hate because you just so likable?
See, to me, I don't look at it as hey. That's why I say it often in the chat. It's misguided form of love, bro. You still giving me the attention. You just don't know how to. You don't know how to present it to me. Because if you truly understood who I am, then you know that there would be no need for you to do that. Because I'm not going out of my way to make anything difficult for you. I'm not going out of my way to make life hard on you, or go about talking about you or seeing you in any kind of injurious way. Like, I don't want that for you. Like, I really want the best for you. And I want my presence to be something for you that, yo, I was at work, man, or I was around hanging out with these people, and this dude, man, he just was cool. He was like a vibe all in itself. So, like, if you feel that way towards me, then that means that somehow, some way, you didn't understood, or you didn't understand exactly the communication that we were having, or what kind of nonverbal communication cues I was sending out your way, because never will I be disrespectful to anyone. So therefore, like, the hate is misguided. So there's love just in a misguided form. And I think that's what all hate is, man. Because when you think about it, it's you focusing on something or someone,
Mhm.
and you just don't know how to process it the correct way. So therefore, you look at it from a negative point of view, and then you just choose to act with it, whether it's words, whether it's your mindset, or whether it's act. It's gonna have a it's gonna have just a reaction that might be not be positive from other people's standpoint. See me, I don't worry about that because I can't control that. The only thing I can possibly control, and I got to do a better control job of controlling, is the way I think, the way I act, and the way I speak. And
Yeah.
as long as I'm controlling that, regardless of how you feel about me or how you react to it, that's not on me, because I'm holding myself to a regard or to a standard that is beyond having something where someone's going to feel like they need to throw some shade my way or hate on me or try to do danger to me. Because let's and said they had Jesus on the cross. What did he do? He fed people. He healed people. He raised people from the dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He gave people a reason to follow and believe something. And yet and still, nobody was going to stand for him when that moment came.
Yeah.
And that's just life. So am I going to worry about the way that people come at me if it's in a negative way? No. What I'm going to do is acknowledge that that's not something that I want to put myself in position in, because I don't know how far they'll carry it out. And I will remove myself, and I will keep it cordial by just saying, "Hey, what's up?" Keep it bouncing. But I'm never. That's the thing that kills me. And I'll go back to what Chief said. It's toxic. You got people up in here hurling insults one another and at other fighters, and these people don't know one another, and they don't know each other, and they definitely don't know the fighter. The fighter don't know them. But we're willing to cast aspersions on them. We're willing to downgrade them, denigrate them, talk evil of them. And for what? What did they do against us? And like Ant said, if they do that against us, if we have a moral compass and we supposed to have a deep down belief in something bigger than us, that something bigger than us says don't do back unto them as they did to you. So why would we go and do that? That's why I don't do stuff like that, man. And I don't let it get to me either. It just bugs me out a little bit that, at times I do give people a reason to have something bad to say about me, because that's on me.
True indeed, man. I agree with everything you said, T Hill. And then here's the other thing too, man. Just going back to the grace thing, right? Sometimes you got to just give folks grace, and not to say that you want to project anything upon them as far as their past history, but just be an understanding that that may be a possibility, that they're just projecting. They are just projecting, and that's all they know. Because I've been around people like that, man, where, you see their family dynamic, and it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. Like, this is how everybody talks to each other, cursing each other out, talking to each other, all kind of crazy. Their family was the first people that told them that they weren't going to be shit. So then naturally, when they go out in the world and they interact with other people, they carry a similar position. It's like all they know is dysfunction. All they know is to argue. All they know is to put people down and be contrarian and put things down. So how the hell could you expect them to be any different with anybody else on the internet, no less?
That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. Hey man, to even expound upon that, I remember there was a program on that was taking pigs and they put one in a stressing environment and one in a caring and a nurturing environment. And then they would see how they would respond to adversity. And the pig that was going through the normal rigmarole of stressful environment would panic, squeal, holler, do all kinds of things, go in circles. And the exit would be right there, or the thing that was the stressing agent, the way of escape was right around it, and it never went to it. Whereas the other pig was calm, cool, collected, and it took no time for him to find a way out or away from the distressed manner. So you absolutely right. And then, like you said, we have a barrier here in this internet, a big old screen that protects us from anything coming back at us. So yeah, we can lash out, talk tough, do any kind of thing because it's just there and there's nothing coming back. I absolutely agree with that.
So I try to keep that in mind when I interact with people, and it's not ideal. I'll say it's not ideal, and they're a little bit crunchy. I'm like, you know what? This person might be having a rough time. They might be. I hope that's not the case, but this person might really be dealing with something. They might be dealing with something. They might be being abused. They might have a family member who's afflicted by something and it's taking a toll on them. They may not have the confidence based on how they've been treated. And as the cliche goes, hurt people hurt people. So I just be trying not to take things personal. I'm just knowing that, like, okay, more than likely, unless I've done something to somebody personally, I've infringed upon them, that if that's not the case, how they treat me is not personal. I mean, this is how they treat everybody, damn near,
We take letters.
because this is what they know.
Facts. The grumpy OG.
What up?
I mean, you was in here, man.
Hey man, y'all, I was just enjoying y'all cooking, man. Um, what can I say, man? I just life period. It comes with a whole lot of what we don't want. We could have selected what we could go through, things would be so much easier. But that's just a fantasy. But the thing is, sometimes what you put out, you might not get that back all the time. You get an opposite and an equal reaction. So sometimes when we people respect, sometimes we don't get that back. Sometimes, and you wonder to yourself, why is that? Well, some people's not meant to give back things equally. That's just the way that it is, even down to relationships. And I hear people go back and forth about it. Especially when a lot of different men. Um, some men have women who give back, and some men have women who don't. They just receive, don't do anything else. But that's on that person to deal with. But you can't expect everything to get back to you the way that you give out. That's just the way that it is. You're gonna deal with it. Don't complain about it. Whatever you do, don't complain about it. If you looked out for somebody in a hard time or whatever, you don't throw it back in their face because that means you didn't really do it. You didn't really want to do it. You didn't have any good you didn't have a good motive behind it. You did it so you could have something to hold on to a person. That's what's wrong with our people because that's all they know. I mean, how can you expect them to do or be anything else but what they're around? They say you adapt to your environment sometimes. Sometimes you are your environment. But it's up to you to break the barrier because we know we're around a bunch of uh uh negativity. It's more negative energy in the air than anything. It outweighs the positive energy by a ton. And it's because everything that's out here, everything that's put around you, everything that's put in your ear, everything that's put in front of your eyes, everything is negativity. Like, what I find disgusting is that you have young women, or should I say in this case, young females, but grown. They out here still carrying on like they teenagers, 15 and 16-year-old getting into fights. Y'all mothers, y'all got babies, y'all got daughters. And this is the example you want to set. This is why we are always keeping that same plague going around. We're the machine of it because we're not strong enough to say, you know what, we're going to break the barrier. So at the end of the day, we have to look at ourselves as a whole and understand we're the reason why we having all this negativity. Most people, they on low frequency. You know, they is what they consider happiness is misery to me, man. And I'm like, what you consider happiness in your world, from what I look at, you gotta pop a pill. Ain't nothing happy about that. And not because you gotta pop a pill because you need to. Because some people have to pop a pill to take away the pain, but you popping a pill to get zombified. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Like, that's your escapism? Really? Out of all the things you could pick in the world to escape from everyday life, we all need a break from it mentally and physically. But you have to create that because the only happiness is guaranteed is self-happiness. Can't make nobody else happy if you don't even know how to conduct and maintain your own self-happiness. And a lot of people are walking around and they really not happy because their self-happiness is so low. People have so much low expectations for themselves, but they dream big, but it never matches up. I mean, just look at it. Women call themselves bitches and really think it's a high level word. It's expertise, like it's like royalty or anything like that. And I'm like, really? I don't want to be with no one who want to consider themselves that bitch. What? That bitch would be that female dog that I feed water to in a bowl. You want to be treated like that? You want to tie yourself as that? But this is the expectations and the bar that they set for themselves, and the bar is so damn low that it's beneath the surface.
Yeah.
They glorify and being hot asses, whores. They glorify this. And you have to say, where is this coming from? Because this is some serious ill stuff. They glorify it. Look at the music that they put out. But they got a nerve to point the finger at men and then want to blame men for some sort of reason. Because they got molested or they got raped or whatever. No, that's your choice. Because no one stuck a gun to your head and say, open up your legs like a grand opening and let anybody run through it till there's no more inventory on the inside. This is what they glorify. And I'm like, really? This is what I can't talk to you. I can't deal with you. I don't even want to merge energies with you. I don't want to, not doing it. But this is the level and expectation, the bar that they set for themselves. So you can see that the vision is so low, it's sad. But then they bringing these babies into the world. And when they out there acting like a bunch of fools most of the time, no matter if they under influence of a strong substance or they out there acting like a wild banshee, the babies are present. They right there, you out there fighting, and you got your 3, 4, 5-year-old daughter right there. What are you doing? You messing up their minds. And then when you take them home, and then if they do something wrong, you chastise them, you're messing up their mind because they say, yo, you was just out here showing, acting like this, and then you're going to beat me down and tell me I'm wrong for the way that I'm acting. Don't act like that. That's confusing to a damn child. And that's why a lot of them run off at a young age. They wind up doing the same thing that their parents are doing, regardless if they try to show them or tell them a different way, because they didn't show them a different way. Because if they were showing them a different way, they wouldn't be acting the ways of their parents because of what they displayed in front of them. That's why you hear a lot of people say, my parents didn't argue around us. Parents said, wait till we leave the house and they shout at each other, call each other out their names, because you got to keep the mindset of the child who you're raising up to be better than what you are on every level. But then when you have parents who they just love being ghetto, love just being ghetto. There's nothing wrong with being from the city, but damn being ghetto when you're going to mature out of it. You bringing more of that into the world with your children. And it's confusing. You can't be a mother and every time you out in the street, you got your little daughter with you, and every time you stop, you talking to a different man, you spending time with a different man, you tell her don't be that. Or she do the same thing that you doing, you calling her that. And you saying she's wrong, you looking down on her, but you doing the same thing. She got it from you. What are we talking about? Then you got the men out here, the males, some of them survive the streets, but they got these sons raising them the same exact freaking way. This is what they glorify because this is the it thing. Really, to be stagnated, just to look at life from the scratching board era and not to get any further than that. But this is doing something. This is raising the child to evolve into something better. But you're not setting anything for them because your vision, your bar that you set is low. So you want to set the same bar? You doing what you brought into the world, no justice. It's being disrespected before they actually start getting disrespected. Understand what I just said? It's getting disrespected before it even got disrespected because of the mindset that some of us have.
What do you mean when you say the mindset?
Their mindset, bro, because, for instance, sister came to me today and me and my friend was together. And she didn't want to be bothered with. And she's on drugs, but we both know her, and we don't look at her any different from the person she was before that. So there's no need to be ashamed. If you need help with something, it's fine. So we made her come across the street because it was pretty warm. It was 71 degrees today in Philly. She had a winter coat on, y'all, like a trench coat mafia coat. And we like, okay, we know you beat me up, Scotty, or whatever, but you tripping right now. That's why you got that coat on. So we was starting to roast her, but she was like, I'm pregnant. So all jokes stopped. So immediately my friend who used to hang out with her before she got caught up on the drugs, she said, what you mean? So she unbuttoned her coat and showed us that she was pregnant. She had a cigarette in her hand. I immediately snatched the cigarette out of her hand. Said, listen, I can't change your life. I said, but if I'm someone that you come to and you carrying a baby, you need to tighten up quick. I said, and why would you even do that in your condition and bringing the child in the world? And I just told her the same thing I told y'all. You're disrespecting the child before the child even gets disrespected because look at your condition. You want drugs. Why would you want to bring a child into the world? And that goes for the man too. Why would you? You don't even care about yourself. How can you care for a child? And not even to mention the effects that the child will have from it. I mean, look at a lot of these babies that's in their 30s. They 80s babies, crack era babies. That's why they running around all crazy. That's why you got these young bucks, a lot of them running around all crazy, young girls, and they late 20s, early mid 30s, because their parents, a lot of them, is from that era. So you poisoning the child. You're killing the child before you even bring the child into the world. You had already abused this child before you even put your hands on the child, verbally or physical. Why would you want to do that in the mindset, in the stage that you are in? I was ever to get to that point. No sex for me. I'm just going to be with this high. Because why would I want to shoot something into somebody and bring a child into the world and I'm effed up? And want to be effed up. I mean, the way to change your life, you don't do it like that. You got to cleanse yourself out, detox your whole spirit, your whole body, before you start talking about bringing something, a child into the world. But this is something that goes on all the time, and it's going to continue until people wake up, until they raise their energy and their frequency, because right now this is messed up. Look at everything that's going on. We never thought in our wildest imagination that we'd see some of this nonsense that's going on. We might have heard about stories and books. Didn't care if it was true or not, but it sounded convincing enough. But we starting to see these things. I mean, just look at it. It's we are in living hell. There's no heaven here. It's about what you make it. But you can't make too much of a heaven when you're surrounded by hell. Have anyone told you that they actually went to hell and made heaven out of it? No. This is hell. That we living hell, people. Look what controls the world. A whole bunch of negativity. Demonic, disgusting things. Children being kidnapped. All type of things happen to them. People coming up missing. Then their organs getting taken out their body. All sorts of things. Same sex sex and all that. There's nothing positive about none of that. The people that's in control are evil people. How can you overcome that? You really can't if you're not willing to stand front line with it, because it's horrible. And they put these mirages up and all these beautiful materialistic things. Them things is just a distraction, and they have no value to them. Not your biz, none of that. Don't have no value to it. None. It's a distraction. Hey, I know you feel all this heat that I got you under, but here you can get this car. This will cool you off. You can get this, you can get that. And look, by the way, the best ways to get something is what? By taking from people. This is what they say. This is how most people got the things that they got, because it's been taken from people. And even something that you feel is your proper possession, they say you don't even own. Nothing that you have in your possession, they tell you they can take it from you, even down to your child. That's why you gotta go to court and you gotta get custody of them. Why do I gotta go straight to court to get custody of something that I just bought in this world? Really? Oh, I get it. Your public stock. And everybody's running around and they ain't never caught on to the catch-22 with Lincoln. Took you from private stock to public stock. That's why they can take everything from you. You paid for that house. They can still take it from you. People have land. They was just taking land from the farmers. And you mean to tell me you could make some kind of heaven out of this? The only way you get peace, you gotta rage hell. Are you man and woman enough to do it? Because we willing to fight for so much, but we fight for the wrong things. We gangster for the wrong things. We get buck wild and want to wild out for the wrong things. We fight for the smallest for no reason. For what? But you ain't willing to fight for your dignity, your land, your family, your freedom, your possessions. You don't want to fight on it. Oh, you'll fight over that corner there. Because you feel as though that this is your corner. I mean, you don't want nobody else selling their drugs out there. Well, show me the receipts that you own this corner. You could own it, but you don't know how to go about it. We're in a bad place. We're in a bad planet. When people die and their energy go off, because that's what we really are. This is just a shell and it's a damn experience. Oh, when the energy go up, they go into a better goddamn world. Because this has got to be the worst world out of all the worlds that exist. May sound a little too crazy for y'all, but yeah, the ones you call crazy is the ones that know what's going on. You ones that's lost and continue to be fools is crazy because you ain't willing to learn. You ain't willing to accept truth. You ain't willing to hold yourself accountable for what you really need to hold yourself accountable for. I call it a coward. We're in a messed up world, and the only way we're gonna fix it, we gotta go to war with evil. That always been a damn wars, the opposite's going at it. And right now it's an attack on your spirit. On your spirit. That's why they come with the biological chemical warfare. To kill your spirit, to mess it up. This little shell you live in, you keep thinking you human, man, this ain't nothing. What makes a car? The engine or the doors? The steering wheel or the motor? What makes a car? You ain't got no motor and you can have everything else and ain't doing a damn thing. Think about that.
Well, and correspondence to that, man, I want to take a keynote on two words that you said, just what you capped off with the motor, making the car, and then also with value. I think the questions you initially asked was, what would you rather have, money or family? So now we'll take it back to scripture. Scripture dictates that where your heart is, there, where your treasure is, there is your heart as well too. So you got to make sure that that engine is an engine that is focused on true value and where your value lies. And if your value is in your family, then that means you would invest everything you have into making sure you keep it tuned up, that you develop the right protocols for your family to know that when we're going through tough times, this is how we pull together, that we look after each other's best interests, have each other's back, concerned about each other. And then in the process, we're going to forward it towards those that we come in contact with so that they know when dealing with us, You're dealing with a branch that has many leaves on it, and it just keeps spreading and it produces fruit. If your value is in money, then it has to be from an earnest place, because you earnestly have to put inside your mind that engine, the thing that makes everything run, the focus that's necessary to develop. So, like, if it's not, then, like I said, it can wane and it can go into a space that is wicked. Because, like you said, all these things that are materialistic, they have value only for a certain time and then they diminish. And like Crush just said, they can be taken. But if you place value, true value in your family, they can't be taken from you. Now, they can be taken in the form of, you can lose one, but the essence of them still perpetuates and goes on. And that's how you continue to build your lineage. And that's how you make sure that you leave something behind that your peoples will continue to talk about, because you invested that time in them, that value in them, to let them know where they came from and who they are, and further to spread it further. With money, you can proliferate cash flow. You can continue to put things in place, but you won't be around to have your legacy attached to it, other than the fact somebody say, oh yeah, you did well and you did this, and that. But as people said, somebody can take something to that thing and loophole it, and then your money can be squandered in a heartbeat by somebody who hadn't have anything to accrue it. But with your family, if you do it right, they linger, they go on, they procreate, they continue to produce a progeny that, if they kept in a well tight valued structure base, then they continue to push it forward and forward, so that people, when they go through the toughest of times, hey, you got me. You know what? You got us. So I think, like Crush said, it's what the doors, all the other fancy things, it's all window dressing. The money and how you accrue it can be window dressing. Where's the substance? And I think that that's where you get to see what's truly valuable. Because, yeah, money can make things easier for you, but there are people who have had a lot of money end up doing things to take themselves up out of this place. And people wonder why. And they got a ton of money. And like Crush said, a lot of these people that got a ton of money, they off into wicked stuff, because to get the money to that level, you had to do somebody dirty. So it becomes something that you do over and over again. And then where's your code of morality? Where does it go? Does it stay with you? So if you're going to dedicate it to money, you got to make sure you dedicate yourself to a moral code, so that it won't be the love of money. It's just the accruing of it, so that you can use it to benefit and help others. Only for you, then you will get enwrapped in it, immersed in it, and then eventually you will get lost in it. Family is hard to get lost in, because they usually pull you out of things when you're feeling lost, especially if it's a solid, sound family. So that's why I really wanted to speak on it, but people didn't really want to listen to me at that point in time. But that's what I would say.
Great point, man. Great analysis. Great point.
I guess the original black man is asleep now.
Yeah, he probably listening. I don't hear him snoring.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. It's like, I think the way we overcome wickedness is not by doing other wickedness. I think what we have to do is to recognize the wickedness, isolate it, and say that this is wrong. How do we go about fixing it? What do we need? If the wickedness is rampant and widespread, then that means it's involving a lot of people. So a lot of people must then come together to recognize that same need to correct the wickedness, and then together show something different than wicked, show something different than hate, something different than hurt, and then come together and say, look, this is how we together empower good. This is how we empower love. This is how we empower peace. And this is how we empower equality. Right now, everybody is so wrapped up in their self. When you're wrapped up in that, it's kind of hard to see the necessity to change the way things are because you're only worried about what you are. See, that's the structure, a construct of a true family is that, hey, we together are out here. And a lot of times people forget that, and they forget that, just because I don't look like you, I'm not like you. The same thing that can affect me can affect you now. Maybe the way my genetics is wired, you can handle things differently than I can, and I can handle different things differently than you, but we are subject to the same thing. We're subject to sickness. We're subject to fatigue. We're subject to hunger. We're subject to thirst. We're subject to desire. We're subject to need. How do we go about fulfilling these things? How do we go about making sure that these things don't override us? How do we stay flawed but not corrupted? Because we're imperfect people, but we can do things in unity to make sure that we can see a piece of harmony. We could see a piece of love. We could see a piece of carefulness, thoughtfulness. We could see a piece of unity. And if you put those pieces together, then we could see a piece of change and change for the better. But it has to take that acknowledgement. It has to take that scope of understanding from various people because various people are in play in this. This puzzle is jigsaw. It's not uniform. It's got a lot of pieces and it got a lot of different looks to these pieces. And all these pieces collectively have made this place, this mess of this puzzle. So we got to put it back together in unison. And until that happens, there will never be no change. And the change, like you said, first got to start within yourself. You got to have value in self. You got to have accountability in self. You got to have, the the vision to see that, hey, I am part of the problem. How do I correct the problem that's in me? Work on that. And then once we could work on that, we can begin to help other people maybe see the problem that's in them. But you can't be flawed and then on top of that corrupt and then try to help somebody when you're not recognizing the flaws within yourself and the ability to change and the necessity to have a need to change. That's true speak. Crush, you was cooking on that.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank
Hey, sleeping giant, man, you still there, dog?
you. BBO, yo.
You done checked out, dog. I ain't heard of. I was like one time he was. I'm like, oh man,
Oh,
you
man.
go cleaning out your sinuses.
He-
So yeah, hopefully they catch that stuff on the playback, man. I know we over here into the wee hours of the night, especially where you guys are.
Yeah, I'm on the East Coast, man.
But you getting ready to go in tonight?
Now I'm off on the weekends.
Oh, okay. You just up late then, huh? What you think of that fight, man?
Oh man, I loved it, man. Good fight, man. Hey, that man ain't no joke.
Nah, he ain't no joke, man. I think a lot of people say he was underestimating him. I don't believe that was the case at all, too. I believe there are some things that he's been getting away with that unfortunately tonight he could not get away with. So does that make him a dumpster douche, trash, and overrated and hype? No, that makes him human and the need to see the error in his bag and try to correct it. Because he's definitely got to get that head off the line. And he's definitely got to stop trying to just go in there and impress folks. Sometimes he's going to have to outmaneuver them in the ring, and he's going to have to keep that head off the line. Man,
Yeah,
that's like a stick tonight, and they got pummeled. He looked like the bobblehead.
yeah, sure.
But one thing I can say is that boy got some serious heart in him.
Yeah,
Thought the other fights were great as well too, man. It was a good look for PBC, man. A really good look, like a very interesting and entertaining card.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I guess he checked out.
Yeah. He probably did.
Also, man, there was something else I wanted to ask you, man. I wanted to ask you about the Bivol and Better B fight. What did you actually think about that, man? Your honest take of that.
I had a 7-5 for Better B, but I can understand if somebody scored it the opposite for Bevel. It would have been better if it was a draw because it was really that close. I think the last couple rounds, I think Better B did the more work. Bevel kind of like got tired, kind of faded a little bit, played it a little more safe, and that's what happened. I think if he when he gave it as much as Better B did, probably would have been a draw. It could have probably came out as the winner, but I don't think it was a robbery. Okay, one judge had it 116, 112. I didn't have it that close, you know. I mean, I had it closer than that, you know. So it is what it is. Crying
I
about it.
understand. I understand. This is the one thing I will make the case against on that point of view, man. Because like I seen fights where, for the most part, a fight like case in point, Ryo and what's his name? I'll use him, Ryo and Colbert, and then I'll use what's his name? Was it not Mendoza? It wasn't Mendoza. It was Ramos. Ramos versus what was my man name? The Hammer.
Yeah,
Oh goodness gracious! I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right now. The dude who got his face disfigured by Fundora. But those two fights, there were competitive fights, and fights where in a round it was seemingly controlled by one fighter, and then late in the round, the other fighter put together a flurry that gave them the illusion, the lasting impression that they took the round. And I think that in some cases, not all cases, but in some cases, when a score is like that, when it's a really close fight, but they have somebody seeing it, I think they go by what they last saw. And in that round that was close, or maybe even the other person had a little bit better productivity in there, the lasting impression was the flurry that was at the end. And I think Bevo did a good job of controlling a good portion of the earlier rounds, but there was some of the earlier rounds where he allowed Better Beef to like finish strong. And then if you're finishing strong and you're hitting him and he's having a serious reaction, even though you did a fantastic job of controlling the ring, they're gonna look at that last part and say, damn, man, you got that round. And I think that could have led to that 116, 112. I mean, I looked at a little bit of it and it did look like it was a close fight. I wouldn't go like no more than 7-5, but I could see that in certain rounds, Better Beef, even though he was getting, and I think also the fight with just recently with Virgil Ortiz, I thought Virgil Ortiz won it. Everybody else said that they thought that the other dude won, but I was like, man, I think with the exception of the knockdowns, it's hard to give him too many rounds because most of the command of the round was being done by Ortiz, in my opinion. Even one of the rounds when he got knocked down, I thought that knockdown made that an even round because after that, he controlled the whole round. So I could see how somebody would have scored that 9-9. But if you gave it to him 10-8, I'm not mad at him because he knocked him down. But yeah, I think that's the thing. So for me, it's like the onus is truly on the boxer to leave no doubt. So when you're controlling around, do not allow an opponent to have a flurry that maybe even looks good. Because like a lot of times the activity it gets mistaken for achievement. And a lot of people feel that way against Mayweather with Oscar De La Hoya because he was just throwing punches and making noises like he was doing something. But a lot of those punches was getting deflected,
yeah.
parried, or rolled with. So it's like you really not scoring. You really not being effective. But it just looked cute. It looked good. It looked like you're doing damage. So I mean, I think that it was a great fight. One that was worthy of a rematch because of the way both fighters performed in the ring and the way that they both competed. So that there should be a more determining way of victor for the participants in that fight, and they should run it back. And it might even be trilogy worthy, man. And that's why those type of fights need to be made. Because
Yeah.
whenever you think that it was the opposite of the decision, that means it was a good fight, unless it was just a plain out robbery. And I don't think that was a robbery at all, but I do think that it was a close fight. And I think that it was one that definitely needs to be ran back.
Yeah, hell yeah, definitely.
So
Definitely, I think it ran back.
now, that being the case, man, what do you think about in the midst of that fight, in the crux of that fight, one of the fights we've been craving for and asking for? It took backstage to commentary of 4 other fighters, and Teofimo Lopez, Javante Davis, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia. Like, we putting too much onus on stuff that are beyond the scope of control. A lot
I
of these,
agree with
yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
I agree with you, bro.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah, a lot of these fights, for obvious reasons, weren't not getting made. But the way we perpetuate the reasons make it even easier for them to get away with doing this. What we need to do is start putting our voice towards making the fights happen, not justifying why it is or is not being happening, is not taking place. And I think that's how we get to a better grasp of these people feeding the public what they want. Because right now they can get away with it because you got people camping with certain folks and certain people, and they're making excuses when the only excuse should be the fact that, hey, we don't want to unify, and we don't want to go undispute. We don't want to make this a point where it's beyond dispute. And this is
Right.
something that even the promoters need to get behind, because ultimately you're promoting your product or your person and their product to the public. So you're trying to get the public to get behind it. So if the public is behind, instead of fighters, the actual sport of boxing, and seeing the best fight the best, then we can probably gravitate towards them making these matches in between promotions and cross promotions and things like that. Because it's no way we should be talking about them when you got possibly the fight of the year, the fight of the decade taking place. So yeah, that's where a little bit of my frustration goes, because there's no way that fight didn't get the press that it deserved, man. We given fights that were not even as closely matched more credence than that fight. And that's beyond me. Especially when we're talking about we want the great fights. We want to see this person fight these people because these are the fights that we want to see. Well, we just got that. Nobody respected it
Right.
as a mass and on a whole. I know there were people who definitely respected it. I know I did.
Yeah, I think.
So yeah, man, I feel like going forward with Al Heyman finally back at the helm, man, we're gonna get better matchups out of them. I want to commend um, ESPN for doing a good job this year of putting together some good matches, and also to a certain degree, I want to commend the rest of the guys. They've been putting together some good matches, man, and hopefully we can get to the point where we can see the value of the fight more so than the value of making sure the money stays in house, and get a little bit more, communal with the actual proceeds and the revenue, so that we can make these fights happen. But
Right.
man, oh, go ahead.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. So what fights we got next coming up?
The fights we got next. Let me see. All right, the wrong button. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this simultaneously. Oh man, hold on. It's doing me dirty. You can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay, yeah, now I'm able to do it. Let's see. All right, we got the 30th, Prograis and Catterall.
Right.
Let me see. We got they got the next big fight is Prograis and Catterall with some Garcia and VR, Ortiz and Zarate, Consacia and Foster on the November 2nd. um, Ortiz versus Zarate on the Friday, on the 1st of November. Um, got Schofield fighting on that November 2nd as well too. He's fighting against Yiran and his sisters on that card. Fondor's sisters on that card. And then the 7th, we got on the Thursday, Iglesias fighting Ivanov. But then that Friday is Keyshawn Davis, most of the 8th, with Aleem on the undercard versus Gerardo and Ronald Isley versus Howard. And then the 9th, that same week, we got Boots Enos versus Kukadajian. Donald Ford is on that fight as well too. Card. And then let's see. Matias is on the card that day too as well, the 9th. On the
Okay.
what's up? On the Rodriguez Reyes fight. Matias is on the undercard, and then the 15th of November we got Tyson versus Paul with Taylor versus Serrano 2 and Barrios versus Ramos. That look like that's gonna be a hell of a card. The 16th of November, we got Ramirez versus William Swift. Pedro Barbosa is fighting Ramirez. Zepeda is fighting Tevin Farmer.
What you think about that fight?
Zepeda and Tevin Farmer? I think that's a good fight for Zepeda. It's an excellent opportunity for Farmer because I think Farmer actually kind of won the fight that he was last in. I thought that he made it possible for them to give the decision away because he didn't finish the fight strong. I think that could also be said the same with Bivol. But it is what it is. You got to fight to the end of the bell, to the end of rounds. But Zabetta, it's a good barometer for him for the fight that he's supposedly be setting up with Shakur. It's a slick, soft paw fighter with some speed and some skill, and he's gonna see in the ring with to a certain degree with Shakur. So, you see
Yeah.
that? Oh, so
Yes,
I
sir.
think that I think that Farmer definitely has the goods to make it a difficult fight. And if he can, you know, somehow acclimate himself to the pressure and get around it, then he can definitely use his tools to make it a difficult fight, if not win the fight. But Cepeda, it's more of a test for him to see how he's going to do with the thing. And then Duarte Sims Jr. I think is an excellent fight because
Yeah.
people sleep on Duarte. Duarte is a tough dude and he hit hard. And Sims is a great super lightweight fighter on the rise. So we're gonna see what he's got. And then on that is Hector Collazo. He's fighting as well on that fight. So I think that card all the way around is just is a strong card, a real strong card. I mean, you got Collazo on there, Duarte Sims, Cepeda Farmer, Ramirez Barboza Jr., and then you got Ramirez and Billum Swift as the headliner. I think the undercard is better than the damn headliner.
Oh yeah.
And you got Navarrete Valdez for the rematch coming on December 7th. That's my birthday. Hey, on my birthday they drop bombs. And then in that fight you got Ramirez and Spinoza rematch as well too. So that's cool. And then you got Hitchens and Paro fight.
That's gonna be a good one too. That's an interesting fight.
Yeah, man. Really good fight. Really good fight. Then you cook. The next week is the big Devontae Davis fight. And on that card is Rocha, Curiel, Manguia, Gravel, and then the final conclusion of that is that the final conclusion? Yeah, the final conclusion is the rematch between Usyk and Fury.
Right.
And got Madrimov and Bohacek, so we get to find out if Madrimov really the stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna finish this year strong. And hopefully it sets up for a better year in 2025, Lord willing.
Yeah, hopefully.
But I mean, I thought that it was going to be a bang out, drag out year, and then it got a dead spell. And I think a lot of that was because of the dealings between Ryan, Devin, Tio, some of the blood work, and then also Tank not being as active as he possibly could have been. But hopefully next year we start seeing a lot more of these fights take place and take shape. Man, this fool be over here texting. Man, you better wish. I wish you would just go and tuck yourself up in the bed, man, and have a good night, bro. Because you was over here playing the role, dog. And I wish he would fight. I wish he would fight Devin or Tio, dog. Because you would get what you asked for. Chris, why is he always protecting Abdul Wahid?
There we go.
I want to see him fight. I want to see him fight him. I just don't. I don't have the same opinion that you have of Abdul Wahid, dude. I think that Abdul Wahid is unlike many fighters, bro. I honestly see special in him. There's few fighters in here that's fighting right now that I see special, and he's one of those few. I'm sorry, I don't see that in Devin. I don't see that in Teo. But hey, I would still love to see the fight. And with it being a fight, anything could happen. And if they should happen to be victorious, I'm gonna give them their dub. Because I ain't never rooted against Devin. Matter of fact, I've never rooted against Teo. I thought he lost a couple of fights, but I ain't never rooted against him. You know what I'm saying? He doing some amazing things to be any side, bro. I mean, the kid is special. He just got to show it, and he got to get in fights that will actually broadcast it, so people won't have as many reservations. They still gonna have reservations. They still gonna put it to you like this. I'm a firm believer that if he fights Devin, it's ending in KO. If he fights Tio, it's ending in KO. If he fights Shakur, it's ending in KO. I think anybody around there, that those ones are gonna KO. I think he should fight them and fight Loma, then move up to 140, and there's where it gets a little bit more interesting. I want to see how he looks against Lamont Rose Jr. I want to see how Lamont Rose Jr. looks also against him, because he said he's him. So we got to see that in the ring. He's a lot taller. He has a longer reach, and he has more fights at the division than Tank does. So he's acclimated. I don't want anybody saying that he's not acclimated, but that being the case, I still look for Tank domination, man. I'm just keeping it a beam with you. But you could have been up here talking, bro. You ain't got to be texting, dog. But yeah, I mean, it definitely for me wasn't the fight that I wanted to see. Loma truly really wasn't the fight I wanted to see because I know what they're gonna say when he gets knocked out. They're gonna say he was too old. Yeah, Keyshawn Davis says a lot of things. He also said that my man Abdullah Mason wasn't ready for him, but I beg to differ there too. But that's what you should really be saying, BVOs. Why your boy Bob ain't fighting his talent that he got at that 135 division. He got a whole bunch. He got a stock load of talent, man. He could weed through it. He ain't putting them fights together. Why is that? And they from the same promotional company. So you tell me why. Since you got Twitter thumbs, tell me why, Twitter T. But I would love to see Keyshawn. See what my hope is this. Because I know Al is not I'm not Al, but Bob is not gonna make the fight between Dennis Beranchyk and Tank. So I hope Keyshawn gets that opportunity to fight for that belt. And if he gets that belt, hopefully, you know, Tank can fight this fight and then get a good fight against probably El Rayo or De Los Santos or somebody else. While Shakur is over there handling his two fights that he has to handle with Eddie, and then they can make the fight between Shakur and Tank, and the winner fights the winner out of Keyshawn Davis and Beranchyk. That would be ideal for me. I would love that. And I would hope that it would be Keyshawn Davis because you will see Keyshawn look very much like my main man, Frank Martin, in that ring. It's going to look good for a little bit and then it's not. That's just the reality, man. Like, that's before Robin Givens, Tyson was that guy. For as long as it was going to last, you was going to he was going to have an entertaining fight with certain folks that wasn't afraid of him. But eventually he's going to catch one and it's going to be night. And, before Robin Givens, that was the reality. There was some slug 'em out fights, man. I mean, him and Razor Ruddock was some great fights.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hell, Bone Crusher Fish even did, huh?
I remember Razor Ruddock, man.
Yeah, that was my guy. I liked Razor Ruddock.
Yeah, I like Razor Ruddock too, man. I think he just had corner problem. Because I know you had a couple different trainers, I remember.
Yeah. He also had some things that outside of the ring that kind of plagued him too, man. It wasn't totally focused on being in that ring. Hey, but Crush, man, here go a question for you, man. And it's a truism too. And this was just posed by BVO. He said he read an article that said Abdul Wahid was really banned from the Mayweather gym by Floyd, but his team hid it from him. And then he said, why can't Abdul Wahid and Floyd get along? You want to talk? Oh, undoubtedly, Floyd is a hater. I think that Floyd is more so, he's wrapped up in himself. He's self-absorbed. And I think that does not mix well for like somebody else to be a star around him.
Yeah.
And as long as he was a star around him and he was in control, that was something he could deal with because he could put a scope of control on it. But once he stepped out and said, "Yo, I'm my own man," it didn't fit well with his as you call his portfolio, so to speak. So now he became a object of dissatisfaction, and he wanted to express it. And one way was to say that you no longer got free reign over here. If you want to come through here, you're gonna have to set it up. You might have to pay me. You just can't stop by and show up and use use my place, my equipment, and my fighters for your leader or for your betterment. And I think, like Coach Calvin said, man, that was a blessing. Because you at times you gotta know that the world can be this way. And you can expect that at some point in time you're gonna have to find your path on your own, man. You're not gonna have the crutch that you used to have in certain folks. And that's all right, because there's still room for you to develop and grow. So in the end, it was something that was good for them. Now, I think with Tank, I don't think Tank has a problem with Floyd, other than the fact that the way he does folks. I think that he really respects and loves the hell out of him because he put him in a circumstance that's unlike the circumstance that I'm in. He really understands that, like, with certain things, he has freedom. There's some things he can't, I can do that he can't do because of the celebrity that's attached to him, and you know the way people dial into him, whereas they don't dial into me because they don't know who I am. But other than that, there's a lot of things that he can do that I probably might not ever be able to do, and he owed a lot of that to Floyd. So he has a lot of respect for him from that standpoint, but it's kind of hard to balance that when you got a lot of stuff that just don't seem like real people stuff would do. So, I think that's the conundrum that Tank finds himself in. Floyd is just Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd, I mean, he was in the Hall of Fame and he was just telling pretty much everybody in the Hall of Fame committee and those who were going in there with him that there ain't nobody that compared to me. So, that lets you know where he sits, man. So you can't be mad at him. This is who he always been. And I think that as Tank matures, he understands that nature and he doesn't really let it bother him as much. You just would hope that it would be better between somebody that you did. He did every bit as good for Tank as Tank did. I mean, Tank did every bit as good for Floyd as Floyd did for him. Now, he did give him the springboard to take off. And that's something that he could never do for Floyd because Floyd already had that springboard. And I give Floyd his credit. He took it by the horns and he rang that bad boy and he rode that bull to the very end. Pause for the pause worthy folks. My man DS3, shout out to you, baby boy. Much love. And I think that, with that being the case, you're indebted to him for a certain point. But at the same time, you're a man and you can't be disrespected. And some of the stuff that Floyd did was very disrespectful. So you can be disheartened by the fact that somebody you admired and respected and loved disrespected you like that. And I think that's more so where Tank stands. Floyd being Floyd, so it's just what it is from my point of view. I don't know what you think about it though, Crush.
I feel the same
You
way,
want to come
man.
up and cook?
You know, yeah. I mean, just a stubborn guy, man. He's wrapped up into himself. Um, There's not much to say about a person like that. They just wrapped up into themselves. Um, I don't know what to say about that when it comes to Floyd, man. He's hell of a boxer, one of the best to do it. People got him as the greatest of all time. No argument there.
Yeah, for sure, man. And to tell you the truth, man, with him even being considered or held as the greatest fighter alive, you still don't mean you're the greatest human being alive.
Mm-hmm.
You still ain't the greatest friend alive. Sometimes you might even be the greatest promoter or manager alive, man. It's just reality. But I don't fault that brother because that brother actually opened up something to Tank that possibly may not have been opened up to him without them being together. So that's why I think that Tank is torn because you gotta respect what he done did for you, the lane he had opened up for you. But at the same time, it's hard. I mean, to respect something when they try and throw shade on you or try to undermine you or try to do you dirty. So I think that's like I said, that's the crux that he's in between right now. And I mean, When you're a young, impressionable mind like Tank, you know, you gotta learn to process that. Shout out to DS3 that's calling my main man Crush, the legend, aka the greatest man alive, aka the grumpy OG Yoda. You know what I'm saying? My man wear the grumpy OG so damn tough that he got a freaking you remember the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? They used to have that little what you call those things? Beanies? Whatever they call them. Yeah, we gotta hey, BVO, won't you go on and get my man one of those custom made beanies that since you're giving people nicknames out here, get him a beanie that says the grumpy OG up on it, baby boy. Show your work. You go over here giving nicknames. Give my man a memorabilia too. Salute to my guy DS3 though for calling my man Crush the legend Yoda. Oh, why?
Yeah, man. Salute. That's my guy. Yes, sir.
Facts, DS3, facts. Yeah, when your boy Sterling was calling people saying racist stuff and whatnot, Floyd was because they make money together. See, money knows no race. It only knows one color. Well, it knows a couple of colors. It knows gold, it knows silver, it knows bronze, and it knows green. Hell, it knows blue and white. If you're getting drachmas, it knows brown. It knows all kind of colors, to tell you the truth, but they respect colors alike. You know what? They spend time together and time apart, but they all spend. See, we the people that got the problem. We don't recognize the value in other people, but they recognize the value in money. And if you can make dollars, it can make sense. So that's why he said that stuff. It's nonsense to us, but it makes perfect sense to him. And yes, BBO, he got to be the focus of attention. That's why he does what he does. So now you knowing this, know that this was a big influence in Tank's career, dog. So if Tank do make some mistakes, you got to realize what he was dealing with. He was dealing with coming up out of poverty, coming up out of the mean streets of Baltimore, coming out of a place where he didn't feel no love in his own family, finding love and purpose in some other people who were not his family, and then having to deal with, the shenanigans of Floyd, man. So you got to get that boy a break, man, if you feel that way. And just know that if he get in the ring with your boy Tio, he's going to knock him out, dog. Just it.
Whoop his name.
And DS3, man. Shout out to my boy DS3. He said, yo, BBO, what is Asiatic black man, dog? What is that? So once you go in here and don't play the damn video, but once you go on and explain to us what it is, man. Oh yeah, DS3. He gets uncomfortable when the spotlight not on him. It gotta be on. But there are some people that are like that, bro, and you just gotta respect that's just their nature.
Yeah.
And you either put yourself in alignment with it or disalign with it, bro. But you ain't gotta throw shade his way, and that's what I don't do. I don't never throw shade his way. And plus, as a boxer, one of the greatest I've ever seen do it, bro. I can't take that away from him. I just know that that's a dude that I probably wouldn't want around in my circle because he'll do. Hey man, I heard he went to this one club.
For our viewers who don't know, tell them who the original man.
The original man is the Asiatic black man. He's the maker. He's the cream of planet Earth. He's father of civilization and God of this universe. Sarit. And there's only one God.
One more time for your mind, dog. Put that on repeat.
For our viewers who don't know, tell them who the original man.
The original man is the Asiatic black man. He's the maker. He's the cream of planet Earth. He's father of civilization and God of this universe. Sarit. And there's only one God.
Definitely. Oh man, I eat you, bro. I eat you. You don't want to do it. Do that shit inside. You don't want to do it. Cause I ain't supposed to, nigga. Nah, never been. Not on my blood. Never been, bro. Yo, you been fed from a silver spoon your whole life. I know that shit. Yo, sign the fucking contract. Nobody, bro.
What was that conversation like for you moments ago?
How does it feel that the only way you're relevant is through me?
relevant through you. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's the only
I was
way.
relevant before you.
hold that
I'm still
WBC belt.
What are you
like
talking
this
about?
for
You're
dear
a clown,
life.
bro. You're a clown.
Shout out to BVO.
Primo Lopez, the Takeover, 2-time undisputed world champion.
Shout out to my guy BVO, dog. Never a dull moment with that cat around, especially with some of the edits that he has, dog. He's special, like the guy that he got sitting over there at the telephone pole dancing on the windowsill. You know, that's that guy. That's that guy right there. But yeah, man, I mean, like truly, a lot of people apply a lot of negativity to Floyd, but Floyd did a lot of good for the sport of boxing too, and he gave us a lot of great fights, man. And for that, you know, that dude was special to me in that regard. How he conduct himself outside the ring, that's not my business. I'm not in his life. He not in mine, and it don't have an impact on me. So I compartmentalize it and I leave what he did outside the ring, and I deal with the stuff that I can talk about inside the ring. And inside the ring, that boy was tough. One of the best.
Yeah.
What you got to say about this BBO since you back in effect, dog? What you got to say? Or are you over there spending time with the fam right now, man? You can't really speak. You over there trying to act like you got to use the bathroom to get on the phone real quick, play your edits. Don't get mad at me. Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, all in all, man, I think for my man, Murtazaliev, he's a problem. That dude looked
Yeah.
like take a punch. He definitely can administer a punch. And on top of that, he don't look like he tires. He looked like I know it wasn't that long of a fight, but it looked like he was zesty the whole damn long. I shouldn't say zesty because people might smuck at that, but he looked like he had a little bit of fervor to him, no matter he
Yeah.
was getting punched or not. I think my man Zoo. I think that there's still hope for him. I don't want to wash him off after one loss. In this loss, he showed that he got hard. He can get up. He showed also that there's some things that he got to clear up if he want to completely compete for titles and be great up in the sport like his dad was. But
Your costume is nice, man.
yeah, as far Casa was, I I, I
I was
was
a
a
costume fan.
Judah fan, so I didn't like the way that fight transpired. But one thing I will say about that fight, it showed how quickly a fight can change. How quickly a fight can change, and it also showed you when you're at your worst, you gotta have that focus in you. I think the one thing that saved Floyd in a couple of fights was when he got really, really rocked. He knew how to handle himself in that moment and make sure that he was able to create another moment in that fight. And if Zab would have been able to do the same thing and just compose himself, take his time to get off that canvas, and then use the rest of the time to get himself together by grabbing and making sure you hold them arms, lock them arms tight so he can't do nothing. He could have got back to form and probably taken that fight. Likewise, his son, Tim Tszyu, should have saw that I remember my dad had a fight like this and dude got up too quick and it didn't turn out well for him. Maybe I should take my time. What say you,
Yeah.
Asiatic black man? Well, all right then, Crush, man. I'm gonna go on and check out, man. Unless you got something
All
else
right,
you want.
bro, bro.
You got
Yeah, I'm
something
good, man. I'm up here on my Xbox playing a damn racing game.
Hey, man, that's what you gotta do, man. Shoot, I need to get on my PlayStation and play a little something, dog. But you know what I'm really gonna do? I'm gonna hop on that video on demand and get some snowfall in, eat me a little food, and chillax a little.
Snowfall was the shot, man. That was the shot.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been some shows that I endeared myself to. Snowfall definitely one of them. The Wire was one of them. Let me see, what was another one, man? That I absolutely oh Dexter. I used to watch Dexter tough back in the days, dog.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
it was nice.
oh wait up, what my man DS? Oh yeah, DS3 said absolutely an excellent show for sure, man. That Yo, the amount of lessons in that show, man, in Snowfall, bro, it's just so much nuggets in there. It's ridiculous. It's like listening to my man Crush the Legend talk or my man Aunt McQueen talk, dog. Nothing but jewels being dropped. Also, sometimes it's like having my man BBO talk because somebody over there running game on you and making you believe the truth is a lie and the lie is the truth. So you know what I'm saying? It teaches me a lot of things, man. And hey, my man BBO said he appreciates you, baby boy. He said he appreciates the man Yoda, aka the grumpy OG, aka the greatest man alive, Crush the Legend, dog. Oh, Ozark
Appreciate
was nice
that.
too. I kind of hated on Ozark at first, dog, but Ozark was
The
fire.
Ozark nice, bro.
What I'd say is this, murder. It's us Ohio boys. You know how we get, you know how us Ohio niggas get down, nigga? Ohio nigga, double O. What's up, yo? Columbus, Akron, Cleveland, Springfield, Dayton, Youngstown. What's up, y'all? Cincinnati, too. I forget about you. You know I love y'all niggas.
You from Canton, dog. You ain't even from none of those places he mentioned. Anyway, why you getting mad at me, ninja? I'm just up here telling you the truth.
You have to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man.
Hey, yo, Crush, you watched the Power series, dog? I never really got into that, dog. That
I
nice?
mess with heavy.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me that stuff is something I need to get into. They tell me also that dang one about them Detroit boys is something I need to watch too.
BMF, yeah.
But I heard Power is like the stuffing.
That's the joint, man. That's the joint right there.
I have to check that. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Check that joint out. They got
They
nice.
put me up on that. But that Ozark, bro, I was really hating on that, Crush. I was hating on it. And one day I just sat there and watched it, and I couldn't get up from that mug, man.
Ozark, yeah, that's that word.
Hey, bet on that. Do you remember or did you even see the Blacklist, bro? That is for
Yeah. Yes, sir. I messed around with the Blacklist, yo.
oh man, dude was amazing in that, dog. That oh, that was my stuff, man. I was peeping that, and I was peeping the movie where the plane had crashed in the Bermuda Triangle, and people had came back alive, and they had to figure out what was going on. I forgot the name of that. Forgot what it was called, but they got on a plane and it crashed, and then it just appeared one day. We just hit 1.5 million views, man. BBO, you doing big things, man. Shout out to my main man, Crush the Legend, and help you get those views. My main man, Prize Fighter TV, he helped you get those views. D Frizzle, my nizzle from TWT Fizzle. You know what I'm saying? Who else was there? Oh, Marky Dan was in there. I know he ain't been here in a minute, but Athletic Mind, my main man, Ja, he was up in it too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the people. Shout out to the family at TWT. You know, shout out to that man BVO for being the voice of reason at times. Shout out to
JBT too, man.
shout out to the JBT because right there we just talk boxing, baby. It's just boxing talk, but we also
Yeah.
talk about things too, man. So you know what I'm saying? We like the damn sister sledge or the sled sisters or what was they called? We are family. Who sang that?
Sister Sled.
Sister sledge, dog. We was over there just chilling with the fam. But yeah, man. So congratulations, BVO, man. Kiss your wife for me, man. Tell her I said congratulations, dog. She picked a good one. He said holding on like LTD. You know that song? You know about that song? You don't know nothing about that, dude. That's grown folk music.
You don't know about that.
He don't know about that, Crush, man. I don't even know why he see BBO try to perp, dog. He like the nigga that like the sounds to talk with big words to sound smart. That's what he is, dog. BBO is one of those type of guy. He be fun.
Right.
Shout out to my main man BVO, aka CVO, aka what you call him again? Bernardo.
Fernando, that's my man.
Fernando, that's it, Fernando. Fernando. Shout out to that man right there, dog, and that's no lie.
My man's in now.
Yeah,
My
that's my
man.
now for sure, man. But Crush, man, it's been real, man. Always a pleasure here, man. Love the way you closed us out, man. You rocked us to bed, dog. Put us to sleep, dog. BBO up in the back snoring and whatnot. DS3 coming in cooking in the chats. He cooking on the low. We gonna call him the slow cooker because he cooking on the low.
Slow cooker, yeah.
Yeah, he said he got this pack busted up by Chinchin Daxtanani dude from Russia. Hey, that dude was tough, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, man. And you know they dodge bullets out there on a regular, man. So they level of stress much different than the level of stress we in. So there ain't no shots that's coming his way he ain't seen before in real life. He was ret. That man was ret, and he came to defend that title that he had. So there's a title up to grabs. I hope that my man Bud try to get it. My man told her we deserve each other's love. What the fudge are you talking about, BBO? It's time for you to play that Mace off that one, dog, because I don't understand what the heck you was talking about. LTD is a nice group, dog. But
Yeah, yeah.
that was good music
When
back
it
then.
go wrong, yeah, LTD at work. Yeah, it's at work. Yeah, I mess with LTD, man. Um, shit, that's my twist, man. I could talk
Man,
about
tell
music.
me about it, bro. I love me some. Well, at first I think they were called the Moments, but then they went to the Emotions or something like the Emotions.
Yeah,
Then it was
yeah.
uh, Ray Goodman and Brown. That's it.
Oh
Ray
yeah,
Goodman and Brown, and then I think they were the Moments before that. But I love me some them, dog. I love me some the Whispers. That's my
what's
stuff.
this? Oh, man. What's-
Whispers had some cold cuts, man. I
oh
love
yeah.
the Daz band. I love the
Oh,
Gap band. Man, I
oh
love
yeah.
music, bro. Music was good back then, them times when my mom was coming up, man. I remember when we used to clean up, she used to play her music. And I used to listen to a lot of that stuff from the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s.
Mhm.
Good
Earth,
music,
Wind, and Fire, man.
man. Mom, she used to
Hell,
love that. One dude that sang in that group.
Philip Belly.
Yeah, Philip Belly. She used to love her some Philip Belly for sure.
Vicious falsetto, man. One of the best falsettos, man.
For sure, man. For sure. I, I like, man, my favorite two groups of all time. No, man, I ain't gonna hold you. It's two of them, and they was like kind of in the same time frame, but they had respect for one another, man. It was the Temptations and the
Right.
Mick, Ricky, no, not the Delphonics. Oh goodness gracious, I think they was from Cleveland, as a matter of fact, or from Ohio. One of them. What was? Oh man,
What song that he
the
made?
shopping, not buying anything. The Dramatics. The Dramatics. Them my two groups right there. I love the Temptations. I love I love the freaking Dramatics, boy. The Dramatics, I think of any group, they truly have 5 lead singers in their group.
Yeah.
Man, that was
did.
in the
5
presentation.
6.
Yeah, 6, huh? Right, 6.
Blue Magic.
Blue Magic.
Brown. New Birth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the list goes on and on. The Delphonics, who else? Oh, Switch, DeBarge.
I love Switch. Oh, I love Switch, man. I love the DeBarge family.
And who was in the groups? The Four Tops. Let's see who else.
Four Tops. Yeah, the Spinners.
Oh, you said Blue Magic already. Yeah, the Spinners. That Felipe win was amazing, man.
The Manhattans.
The Manhattans for sure.
Smokey Robinson and the Miracle.
Oh man, for sure.
Smokey Robinson and the Miracle.
Yeah, salute to Francis Ngannou, man. That man fought even though he lost his child, man. Showed he's still one of the greatest to do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
But yeah, man, music is, man, love me some music.
Yeah, I love Brit, Parliament Funkadelic.
Oh,
good. I grew up on those tracks,
Flying the Family Stone, Bootsy Collins. Let me see who else we can go since we going there.
You don't know shit about boxing.
There go Bernardo.
There go Bernardo.
Doing what he do.
Bernardo starting to act loco. There we go.
You know, when he do that stuff, it's time for us to get off that's what he's really telling us, man. It's time for us to get off the dang show, man. So on that note, man, Crush, always a prop, always a pleasure, my man. Thanks for gracing your presence. BVO, man, even though you be acting funny at times, I still rock with you, man. But some of the stuff you do, you got to calm down just a little bit, man. We got to put that on tilt.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.
You know what, man? Somebody told me if a nigga head shake while they talk, you don't want to trust them, dog.
I can't tell you how much I don't care. I couldn't even tell you how much.
And on that note, man, I'm out.
We out, man.
We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know.